Let us pray. Almighty God, source of all wisdom and justice, we thank you for the gift of this day and for the opportunity to serve our community. We ask you to bless the members of this board with wisdom in their deliberations, integrity in their decisions, courage to pursue what is right, and compassion for every person whose life is affected by their work. Help us to remember that every person possesses inherent dignity and deserves to be treated with respect and fairness. May our differences become opportunities for dialogue, our challenges become occasions for cooperation, and our shared responsibilities lead to the flourishing of all who call this county home. Grant peace to our neighbors and our neighborhoods, strength to those who serve the public, comfort to those who suffer, and hope to all who seek a better future. We entrust this meeting to your loving care and ask that everything said and done today contribute to the common good. We bless you, our Lord Jesus Christ, now and forever. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, you all may be seated. All right, please find a seat if you're in the back. There should be no one standing up in the back unless you're media or sergeant at arms or law enforcement. All right, Madam Attorney. Good morning, all. We have what appears to be a lengthy meeting today. So let's keep that in mind as we move the meeting forward. Madam Attorney, is it in order for me to move into a reasonable opportunity for the public to be heard at this time?
Good morning, yes.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and open up reasonable opportunity for the public to be heard. Did I do roll call already? I did not. Wow, I'm that fast. I'm trying to get this shown right. All right, let's do roll call.
Good morning to all. The clerk's office has been notified that Commissioner Hardiman will be absent from today's meeting. Commissioner Bastien. Here. Commissioner Bermudez. Present. Commissioner Cohen-Higgins.
Good morning, President.
Senator Garcia. Commissioner Gilbert.
Here.
Commissioner Gonzalez. Here. Commissioner Lopez. Here. Commissioner Milian Orbis. Present. Commissioner Regalado. Commissioner Steinberg. Here. Vice Chairman McGee. Chairman Rodriguez.
I'm here.
We have 9 members present. We have a quorum.
All right, so now reasonable opportunity for the public to be heard is open. I will call your name. Please state the item you're speaking on, your name and address, and you will have 1 minute to speak as we have a fairly long list of speakers. And I have... All right, we are trying to get people, some of us are trying to skip the line of reasonable opportunity. We're not going to do that right now. So first up, I have Commissioner Ralph Rosado right here. I'm going to call a few of you guys and just please line up on each side of the center rows, and I'll approach the well. I have Sergi Kelly, Miles Davis, Mary Ekins Durand, Peter Rabino, Eleanor Quigley, John Elizabeth Alemán, Laura Reynolds, Fernando Cravedo de Sa, Juan F. Aceituno, William Rathbun, and Elio Lopez Mino. Commissioner.
Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, and Madam Mayor. My name is Ralph Rosado, and I have the fortune of representing District 4 at the City of Miami, which includes close to 1 mile of Ludlam Trail. I'm here today to thank Commissioner Milian Orbis and Mayor Levine Caba for sponsoring item 14A3, which involves the selection of a design firm to get Ludlam built. This project is something that's been a dream of many people for many years. I'm excited to see this moving forward. At the city, we are doing our part. We are approving this Thursday on second reading an item that incentivizes developers building within walking distance of Ludlam Trail and our other trails within the city to contribute dollars for construction and maintenance. More importantly, today I am personally committing on behalf of the city and the development community within the Ludlam Trail Corridor area that we will match your county, state, and federal dollars to the project with city and private dollars so we can get Ludlam built. I urge you to vote on 14A3. Let's get it done.
Thank you, Commissioner. And anyone that registered to speak but doesn't necessarily need to anymore, feel free to just wave in support or whatnot. And sir?
Yes, Sergey Kelly, West Palm Beach. I want to urge you guys today to vote against the Kelly Tractor development in the Everglades, historical Everglades, function Everglades, that would also nullify the urban development boundary, something that protects thousands of acres of Everglades, farmland, there's Homestead, Miami, rural communities, crops. All of this stuff would be threatened by allowing Kelly Tractor to be one of the initial ones to build in the Everglades. It is a huge problem. We know you guys have gotten money through PACs related to Kelly Tractor. We urge you to vote against it. There's plenty of land within the urban designation of Miami and Homestead in this whole area. The gators, herons, manatees, the wildlife of the Everglades should not be impeded by yet another development that has further stressed the urban development boundary, which is something that the voters passed, that the people support. Obviously, Wild Florida supports it as well, and it should not be impeded for the sake of one company to begin a tidal wave of development that will be followed by other companies, either by a direct lawsuit or your invitation once again. Please vote against Kelly Tractor's Everglades development. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right. John?
Good morning. Good morning, Chairman, Madam Mayor, Commissioners. My name is John Alaman with Jacobs. I'm here on item 14B1. Jacobs has had the privilege of serving Miami-Dade Water and Sewer Department for nearly 50 years. And since 2014, we've served as your owner's rep and program manager for Ocean Outfall. I'm here today with representatives of the broader engineering, construction, and small business community that helps deliver WASD's critical infrastructure program. And I ask them to please stand. Thank you. We appreciate that rate decisions are difficult. Every year, this board balances affordability with the responsibility to maintain critical systems that residents, businesses, visitors, and future development all depend on. Reliable water and wastewater service, as you know, is essential to protect public health, protect the Bay, housing, growth, and the daily quality of life for every person in Miami-Dade County. Miami-Dade is advancing one of the largest water and wastewater capital programs in Florida. While that program does support engineering, construction, suppliers, small businesses, and a skilled workforce in South Florida, more importantly, it keeps critical projects
Thank you,
moving
John.
before they become emergencies.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Sorry, but I think the minute's up. All right, sir.
Good morning. My name is Peter Rubino, and I represent Friends of Ludlam Trail, a community group advocating for a rails-to-trail linear park on the abandoned railway property. The property is 100 feet wide by 5.6 miles, running from Daytran to Miami International Airport. We have the opportunity to turn over 70 acres of fenced-off green space into an iconic linear greenway in the heart of Miami. I ask that you pass the resolution approving the contract for professional services with Clemley Horn and Associates. At first, I thought the budget was very high for this project, but then I read the entire resolution. This 5-year professional services agreement covers design, permitting, bidding assistance, and construction oversight. This is a comprehensive design through construction administration, contract, and substantial project management duties. Expectations are high, and Friends of Ludlam Trail will keep the vendor accountable. This is a huge opportunity for Miami to get this right. Ludlam Trail will connect neighborhoods with 5 schools, 3 parks adjacent to the trail, and it terminates in the south where it meets the underline at Dadeland North Metro Rail Station. And when completed, Ludlam Trail will connect more than 34,000 residents that live on or near the trail. It will be a world-class,
Thank you, sir.
iconic linear park.
Thank you. Ma'am?
Laura Reynolds, 6820 Southwest 64th Court, South Miami, with the Hold the Line Coalition and Friends of Biscayne Bay. A lot of items to talk about in just a minute, but We applaud the effort on 11A11, Commissioner Regalado and anyone who has co-sponsored that item. We have to close the text amendment loophole because we can't let developers write their own rules. Our CDMP is really important, and the task force amendments that are coming from the task force will strengthen our CDMP. We are still opposed to 7D, the Kelly Tractor project. We're talking about the largest proposed wetland destruction in 30 years. This can't be taken lightly, and frankly, that it's gotten this far is concerning. We should absolutely be passing rules to strengthen our wetlands, to study our wetlands, just like we did for agriculture, to see how many we need to perform those ecosystem services moving forward. Now, the Watershed Advisory Board did look at this. They proposed to pass some of those items, and I urge you today to not take this wetland destruction lightly. Vote no on 7D, yes on 11A11, and yes on the 6% increase.
Ma'am.
Good morning. My name is Mary Akins-Durand, and I'm here today on behalf of Equality Florida in support of Commissioner Lopez's motion 6B1 to seek clarification on Florida's new anti-diversity and local government law. This law hasn't even taken effect yet, but it's already changing decisions in city halls and county commissions across our state. Local governments are questioning longstanding programs, partnerships, and community investments, not because they've been told those things must end, but because they are unsure what the law actually requires. We've already seen proposed cuts affecting organizations serving Black, Hispanic, Asian, and LGBTQ Floridians reversed after it became clear that those cuts were not required by law. That's why getting answers now matters. No community should lose something valuable because the law was left unclear. Miami-Dade has an opportunity to take a responsible step by asking the courts for guidance before decisions are made without a clear understanding of the law. This will help local leaders know what is required, understand the authority they still have, and continue serving their residents effectively. Miami-Dade has always been strengthened by the many communities that call this county home. Our cultural traditions, community partnerships, and local organizations help make this one of the most vibrant places in the country. Before programs, partnerships, or community traditions are changed, residents deserve confidence that those decisions are based in what the law actually says. When the consequences are real and important legal questions remain unanswered, seeking clarity is responsible leadership. Miami-Dade has the opportunity to lead by asking for that clarity now. We respectfully ask you to support Commissioner Lopez's motion. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Sir?
Good morning, Chair and Commissioners. I'm here to speak on item 6B1 by Commissioner Lopez. My name is Miles Davis. I serve as Director of Advocacy and Communications at SAVE, South Florida's leading organization dedicated to protecting LGBTQ+ people. I want to thank Commissioner Lopez for bringing this issue forward for discussion. Senate Bill 1134 creates uncertainty about how Miami-Dade may continue operating programs, partnerships, contracts, advisory boards, and public initiatives that serve residents across this county. The county should not rush to eliminate lawful work simply because the statute is broad or unclear. Doing so could disrupt services, waste taxpayer investments, and weaken long-standing community partnerships. We urge the Commission to direct the administration and county attorney to conduct a comprehensive review, identify what can legally be preserved, and communicate clearly what affected residents and organizations may experience before any changes are made. The county should also seek judicial clarification so decisions are based on the law's actual requirements and not fear or speculation. A careful, transparent approach always protects taxpayers and strengthens local control, and most importantly, will allow Miami-Dade to continue serving all residents within the law. We thank Commissioner Lopez for bringing this forward, and we thank you all for your service to the county.
Thank you, sir. Go ahead.
Good morning, Juan Aceituno. I'm here in support of item 14B1. Holding rates flat today may appear to help residents, but the unintended consequence will be far higher costs later. Shutting down design projects is not free. Major cost escalations, regulatory penalties, development moratoriums, and compressed utility services that Miami-Dade families and businesses depend on every day. Canceling projects in construction creates claims, shutdown and decommissioning costs, stranded assets, and lost value from work the county has already paid to advance. Projects in design that are put on hold will cost more in the future, not just higher construction costs, but added design costs as firms verify and redesign, or worse, if contracts expire and new designers start from scratch. The real threat to long-term affordability is not this modest rate adjustment. It is the consequence of underfunding the system today. We respectfully urge the Commission to approve the rate adjustment and keep this critical capital program moving forward. The investment today protects the affordability of water and sewer in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. Ma'am?
Good morning, Chair and Commissioners. My name is Ali Quigley. To all the commissioners here today and those who have preceded you, thank you for the vision and dedication that you made to the underlying, making it a reality. You created a space that brings people together while providing a safe and healthy way to move through the city. Thank you for that achievement. I hope that the Ludlam Trail will receive the same commitment and attention for the residents and visitors of Miami-Dade County. The Ludlam Trail will be an important transportation corridor connecting people to bus routes at the nodes at Sunset, Miller, Bird, Coral Way, 8th Street, Flagler, Northwest 7th, while providing access to the Metro Rail at Dadeland North Station and the Underline. It will connect commuters, students, shoppers, workers, and visitors with safer and more convenient transportation options. The trail will also serve many important community destinations at every node, including Dadeland Mall, Dadeland North, South Miami Lutheran Preschool, South Miami Elementary K-8 Center, South Miami Middle School Magnet, South Miami Senior High, 80 Doug Barnes Park, Brothers to the Rescue Park, Coral Terrace Elementary, Robert King High Park, and Miami
Thank you,
Airport Convention Center and Merchandise Mart.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. All right. Did William Rathbun, Elio Lopez Mino, Fernando Cravero de Sa, and then they're waving? Okay. And then everyone else that I'm going to call is here for the same item, for the WASDE report, 14B1, and it also has 4, so in favor. If you want to wave, you're welcome to. I have Nivaldo Soria, Michael Perez. Michael Perez, is that you coming down, Michael? No. All right. Sebastian Alvarez. Sebastian Alvarez. All right, I got you, waving. Joshua Reyes, waving. Julian Becker. Am I blind? Julian. Valerie Donet. Valerie Donetz. Ernesto Fernandez. All right, waving. Damien de Jesus. Damien de Jesus. Joseph Roca. Joseph Roca. Cardinal Alfonso. Cardinal Alfonso. Juan Rojas.
Chairman, a lot of people are stuck downstairs.
Yeah, they needed to have been here earlier, Laura. Thank you for that, though. Appreciate the public service announcement. Juan Rojas. Juan Rojas. Nicole Lozano. Nicole Lozano. Luis Suarez. Evelyn Rodriguez. Maria Molina. Maria, thank you. Arturo Burbano. Okay, and again, just to make sure, all of you guys are waving in support of the report, the WASDE report, is what I have. 14B1. Pedro Quiroz. Pedro, all right, thank you. And Rick Tavares. Rick, thank you. All right, those are all the public speakers I have for reasonable opportunity registered. Is there anyone that just walked upstairs from downstairs that signed up to speak? I see a couple people walking in. Is anyone registered to speak in reasonable opportunity? I want to make sure I get you before I close out. No? All right. There's a gentleman. You could come up. Come on up,
Through the chair,
Madam Mayor.
apparently Councilman Kevin Burns is here that was signed up to speak, so I just want to make sure you're aware he's here from North
But
Miami.
is he signed up to speak on public hearing or reasonable opportunity?
Which item? Reasonable opportunity, he says.
Okay, then you could approach the podium as well. Approach the well. You both can, there's 2 wells. You both can approach the wells. I mean, don't all rush at the same time. Councilman, go ahead. You're up.
Good morning, Madam Mayor and Commissioners. It's great to see a lot of you here today. I don't very often come down here. My name's Kevin Burns, Councilman with the City of North Miami, former mayor. I'm here today to support Commissioner Lopez's recommendation for a declaratory judgment or a judicial review of the diversity bill. I'll just say that item. As somebody who spent 4 or 5 weeks in Tallahassee going to the hearings both in the House and the Senate and listening to the makers of this ordinance and this law not be able to answer questions of what it actually meant. They could not answer what they were trying to accomplish by this law. And going from the Senate and over to the House, back and forth. And you know if a bill has 24 cutouts, that it's not good. You all add amendments to some of your things, but you've never done 24 amendments, so you know something is wrong. I've been in conference calls with city attorneys, county attorneys, all different organizations that are going to be affected by this. Nobody can get a clear answer of what you can do and cannot do. And I'll tell you right now, I don't want to be the guinea pig as an elected official to get removed from office because I gave a particular group a proclamation celebrating their heritage. So please support her item. Thank you.
All right, I got Mr. Ron McGill. If he's Ron McGill, are you on the list? Let's come on up, sir. I knew you weren't retiring. You see, it was a fake pump. It was a false alarm. All right, ma'am.
Hello, my name's Carol Coombs. I'm a resident in Miami Beach. My address is 1754 Meridian Avenue. I also work for Miami Beach Pride as the Director of Grants. So I'm actually here today in support of Commissioner Vicky Lopez. I fall under District 5 and SB 1134, and I'm asking the City Attorney to investigate a lot of do not know what's going on with this SB 1134. Does a Pride Proclamation count as promoting DEI? Does the rainbow flag going up count as promoting DEI, or is that First Amendment? I'm here also because Miami Beach Pride stands to lose $350,000 in grant funding, even though its economic impact is more than $5 million, creating hundreds and hundreds of jobs for small businesses in Miami Beach. So my ask is, please investigate, please support Vicky Lopez's District 5 recommendation. And I will tell you, we are brave and resilient in the LGBTQ community. The 19th edition of Miami Beach Pride is going to happen. The family picnic is on Saturday, April the 3rd. The Pride weekend is April the 10th and 11th. Mark your dates or see you in the parade, regardless of funding or not.
Thank you so much. Mr. McGill.
Morning, Madam Mayor, Commissioners. Thank you for the opportunity to be here. I'm here to speak on behalf of the flamingo. That's a state bird of Florida. Listen, for years, they thought the flamingo was not a native bird. It wasn't until all the hard work done by conservation biologists at the zoo in Audubon, Florida, that FWC finally said, yes, it's a native bird. Listen, I know I got limited time, so here's the deal. The American flamingo is more than just a beautiful bird, okay? It's a symbol of resilience. After persecution, it's a symbol of hope. After disappearance, it represents everything that Florida is. It represents how nature can come back, can reclaim itself when given the opportunity. I can think of no other bird that better tells Florida's story. If Florida wants to celebrate its great natural heritage, I can think of no better ambassador than the greater flamingo. Okay, this bird is amazing. It's the only. It's a species found only in Florida as a native species, nowhere else in the country. It's a bird that it represents the resilience of Florida. It's everything. It's just an amazing bird that's come back. The bottom line is this, folks. The flamingo has returned home. It's time for Florida to celebrate and recognize it as one of its own. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ron. Appreciate the enthusiasm. All right. Ma'am.
Probably not going to be as enthusiastic, but good morning, Chairman.
You can give it a shot, though. We'll entertain it.
You'll take it?
We'll take it.
Okay. So good morning, the Chairman, the Commissioners, the Mayor. My name is Valeria Donetz. My address is 4600 Southwest 67th Avenue, and I'm speaking today on behalf of Biscayne Bay in support of...
Mr. Chair, point of order. If we could just have the chambers be quiet while she's speaking. I can barely hear her.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Thank you. So I'm here representing Friends of Biscayne Bay, and I'm speaking in support of item 14B1, We recognize that any increase in utility rates affects residents and affordability is an important consideration, but this item is ultimately about protecting clean water, public health, and Biscayne Bay. The county's own report acknowledges that past underinvestment in water and wastewater infrastructure contributed to sanitary sewer overflows, environmental harm to Biscayne Bay, violations of the Clean Water Act, and ultimately the federal consent decree. Today, the consent decree program is approximately 89% there. We're almost there, and it's really not the time to slow down. Delaying these investments does not eliminate costs. It increases the likelihood of infrastructure failures, emergency repairs, sewage spills, and even larger costs in the future. For the average residential customer, the proposed adjustment is approximately 20 cents per day, which is a low price to pay for a clean bay. That modest investment helps protect the infrastructure that keeps sewage out of Biscayne Bay and supports the completion of critical wastewater improvements. We respectfully urge you to support for item 14B1. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, so Sergeants were able to get you guys up from downstairs. I know some of you, I'm going to obviously encourage you guys to speak, but some of you did wave in support of an item, so you're kind of bamboozling me here a little bit. Now I see you're ready to speak, but go ahead, have at it.
Mr. Chair, a point of order, please.
Madam Commissioner.
So as people finish speaking, maybe it will be wise for them to leave so that
They are.
others downstairs can
No, they
come.
are, they are. They're going to be taken back downstairs after they speak, yes. Go ahead, sir.
Hello, I am Elio Lopez Minot. I live in 5256 Northwest 103rd Avenue. I came here to speak in favor for this item, this water bill, 14B. Studying these water topics are a correct and responsible use of our tax funds. I have seen improvements in my city using tax funds, so I have no doubt that we are able to use these resources to improve our water quality, research them, make more responsible decisions. Water quality is a paramount for our health and wellness of our current and coming generation. It is a human right and something so important. No corporation or private interest can thrive without prioritizing the genuine needs of our human rights, which is clean water, which comes first. We all know that wetlands provide our freshest water source and natural filtration for our community. And you as representatives are representing the people, setting the highest moral standards, making the correct decisions for our generation. So I hope we can make the best decision, representing the people. So thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Sir.
Good morning. My name is Navaldo Soria. I live at 869 Southwest 149 Court. I'm here in support of the 14B1 because I believe studies into our water quality and filtration are a good use of taxpayer dollars. Water is something essential entirely to life. We should be doing everything we can to preserve and multiply it, especially in our coming times of AI technology. Improving on with so much more hunger for our clean drinking water. As times move on, we lose more and more of not only our drinking water, but also our natural occurring methods of water filtration, like our wetlands, that act as a part of natural water management system. They slow and store stormwater, allow water to integrate with soils, vegetation, and microorganisms before it moves through surrounding hydraulic systems like the Biscayne Aquifer, also known as Southwest Florida's primary source of drinking water. Protecting the natural ability of these lands to store, filter, and recharge water is especially important to water quality and quantity. I strongly encourage we move with 14B1.
Thank you.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Joshua Reyes. I live in Brickell, and I'd like to voice that I'm in favor for motion 14B1. Stable access to clean water isn't a privilege. It's a natural human right. People come from all walks of life to have a chance to live here in our great city, so the least we can do is make sure that our most vital source for living is available to all, free from microplastics and other pollutants. Research on this topic will help consecrate the importance of our wetlands and will prove that continued building past the urban development boundary would be hazardous for the growing future of Miamians. Thank you, and happy Parks and Recreation Month.
Thank you. Go ahead, sir.
Good morning. Hello, Commissioners. My name is Sebastian Alvarez, 237 Southwest 13th Street, and I'm here in support of item 14B1. I believe that studies on our water quality are very important for the well-being of our community and our surrounding wildlife in Miami-Dade County. Structures are being built over acres of land occupied in precious wildlife in our Everglades, and these structures create unnecessary pollutants that not only directly affect the very wildlife, but our own health. That's why I'm here to ask you for your support on these issues that are incredibly important to me and my colleagues. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Sir?
Good morning, Commissioners, and a special good morning to Commissioner Regalado. I'm here to speak, of course, on 14B, as well as all my friends here. We've gathered to talk about water quality, and the importance of it. And I'd also like to mention, it is a Tuesday. Sorry, not Tuesday.
Name and address, please.
Name is Joseph Roca, and I'm in West Kendall. The reason I bring out it's a day in the week because
we need your actual address.
16272 Southwest 75th Street. And the reason I bring up it's a day within the week is because it's 9 a.m. in the morning, and unlike many of the people that are here, I have a job to attend to and have to for the sake of my family and everybody else here. I say that because not everybody who I know who wanted to be here is here. So know that we represent a lot more people than just the 15 brave souls or so that you see here. And again, I'm here to speak on the fact that the water quality as well as our wetlands are incredibly important to the Everglades and incredibly important to the people of Miami and the young people of Miami, who are a growing population, a working population, and a smart population that votes and stays active in their community. So please keep that in mind. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Sir?
Hello, Commissioners. My name is Damien. I live in 4791 Northwest 2nd Street. Hope you're all well. Me and my friends are gathered here today in support of this item, 14B1. Water is life, therefore we must preserve it. Many AI data centers have been developed around Florida. There's an attack on our resources, and the amount of water needed to run these centers is harmful. Also, our wetlands are one of our main sources of water. Developing on these lands will also affect the water quality. So please vote yes on this item and have the same energy for the upcoming ones to help preserve our lands, animals, and more importantly, our water and our health for our Floridians. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir. Sir?
Good morning, estimated commissioners and people here present today. My name is Juan Jose Rojas Barrios. I live in 11150 Southwest 14th Street. I came here to comment in favor of the 14B1. I believe this is a great use of the taxpayer money. These studies are able to protect the wetlands from unscrupulous companies that are willing to sacrifice the water quality of our city just for the sake of some money. And going over important laws that were placed there for a reason, such as the Clean Water Act, they put in danger the people by leaving up to companies. Important aquifers such as the Biscayne Bay Aquifer, which is the primary source of drinking water to 5 million Floridians. This doesn't only hurt the people, but also means a cost of money to the state because they have to replace that water that are lost. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, Commissioners. My name is Michael Perez. I live at 15330 Southwest 155 Court, West Kendall. And I'm here in support of 11A1 because water is extremely important. To all of us young people who showed up here today, it's a key part of our politics here in South Florida. This study is rather important. I think it's important that our wastewater gets studied, our water quality gets studied, because it's getting attacked from so many sides across the county. There's been so many AI data centers that have been approved in Miami-Dade County, which are not only increasing electricity costs for residents, but using our water resources as well. What happened to protecting Biscayne Bay, protecting our drinking water, halting saltwater intrusion? I have so much more to say and many other items I wanted to speak on today, but this is where we're putting our energy today. And just think, for future generations, for future Miamians, whenever land gets paved, lands flood. Impervious surfaces affect all of us, especially those proximal to Chrome Avenue. And, well, as seas rise, limestone will fill with water. So every time we have an impervious surface, well, it's going to flood a whole lot easier. Thank you all, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Ma'am?
Hello and good morning. My name is Nicole Lozano. I'm a Florida-born resident living on 795 Southwest 110th Avenue, speaking in behalf of 14B1. I'm a 20-year-old student at FIU majoring in sustainability, which is the primary goal of sustaining the earth for future generations, which this water study greatly contributes exactly to that. Our wetlands and the maintenance/tracking of their water quality is crucial to our lives. The wetlands are a main source of drinking water, and without studies such as these, we wouldn't be able to keep up with our livelihoods regarding fresh water. I, Nicole Lozano, and many others are in favor of taxpayer money going towards these water studies for the overall betterment of our beloved Everglades. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello, Commissioners and Chairman. My name is Sophia Maya, address 33172 Fontainebleau Boulevard, Miami, Florida. Today I wanted to speak on item 5T on behalf of the importance of affordable housing. Having for Habitat of Miami is a nonprofit organization that helps the community build affordable housing. A big issue in Miami is how unaffordable everything is, especially housing. A decent one-bedroom, one-bathroom apartment monthly is $1,800 minimum, including increasing rents after lease agreements. Many residents face daily struggles of skyrocketing housing prices that our salaries cannot afford. There needs to be more affordable options available for families and residents. Miami should move towards affordability in all aspects of life, walkability, accessible communities, quality of life for our environment. South Florida's wetlands provide fresh water, flood protection, biodiversity, and balance for all of us. Developments for housing and business, such as Kelly Tractor, deserve their rights to exist, but not at the expense and destruction of wildlife and vital habitat. We need our environment just as much as we need affordable housing, business, and quality of life for all residents. This isn't meant to be slanderous towards anyone present today, but it is instead a call for accountability, responsibility, protection.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Cardinal Alfonso. I live in 14229 Southwest 97th Terrace. I'm here because I was originally going to talk about the Kelly Tractor, but as expected, public comment is closed. I'm still here because I care about our waters. All of us speaking here are. I would like to mention that we aren't here to waste your time. We take time out of our day to be here to tell you how we all feel because we truly care about this. I believe funding this study is a great use of our taxpayer money instead of building more AI data centers, which takes our water and damages our ecosystems. We should be using taxpayer money for something that is actually beneficial to all of us and our nature. As you all know, our water quality is extremely important, not only for us, but our future generations. Funding the study of our water quality will ensure that our water is free of microplastics and other pollutants that are harmful to us all. This is truly important, and we urge you to support the funding of our water studies. Thank you.
Thank you. Sir. It's your turn.
Oh, it's my turn? Okay. Good morning. My name is Jules. I live in 13506 Northeast 24th Place. I'm a North Miami resident. Before anything, I just want to extend my thanks for all of you guys for showing up today. We have a pretty good turnout, as I see. Yes, I want to speak about the water quality situation. As a Miami local, I've seen firsthand how important it is to protect our environment with rising sea levels and temperatures globally. I think this is a very important way of contributing to our environment as well as using our resources correctly. I think just it's really important that we take a moment to think about how this will affect our future and how our city's landscape will look 10, 20, 30 years from now. So many young people care so much about this because it will land on us effectively. So yeah, I do hope you take everything that everyone said with, sorry, I ran out of time. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you. All right. We are now officially closed with a reasonable opportunity. And Madam Attorney, should we set the agenda at this time?
Yes, Mr. Chair, I have a number of changes.
I imagine so. Let's do it.
2B5, Commissioner Lopez and Commissioner Cohen-Higgins add this item to the poll list. 2B6, Commissioner Regalado adds this item to the poll list. 2B8, Commissioner Lopez and Commissioner Cohen-Higgins add this item to the poll list. 2B10, Commissioner Regalado pulls the item. 2B12, 3B2, and 3B5. Commissioner Lopez adds these three items to the poll list. That's 2B12, 3B2, and 3B5. Mr. Chair, I do have some requests to bifurcate first reading items, so I'll run through them now, and then I'll tell you again when we're there. 4B, Senator Garcia. 14A1, 14A5, 14A6, and 14A7, Commissioner Regalado, and also 14A8. I have requests to bifurcate public hearing items. 5A, Commissioner Bastien. 5F, 5G, and 5H, Commissioner Regalado. 5L, Commissioner Bermudez and Commissioner Milian Orbis. 5O, Commissioner Milian Orbis and Senator Garcia. And 5U, Senator Garcia. I also have some requests to bifurcate items for second reading. 7B, 7 is Commissioner Lopez, and 7D and 7E, Commissioner Regalado. 8F1, Senator Garcia adds this item to the poll list. 8F2, Commissioner Bermudez, adding this item to the poll list. 8G5, Commissioner Milian Orbis adds this item to the poll list. 8K1, Chairman Rodriguez adds this item to the poll list. Mr. Chair, item 8K2, the sponsor is requesting deferral of this item to no date certain. So with the setting of the agenda, this item will be deferred. 8K4 and item 8 and 7, Commissioner Gilbert adds these items to the poll list. That's 8K4 and 8 and 7. 8 and 8, Senator Garcia adds this item to the poll list. Items 802, 803, and 804 are being pulled by Commissioner Bermudez. 9A5 also being pulled by Commissioner Bermudez. Mr. Chair, items 10A1 and 10A2 have been listed on the changes sheet with a requested deferral by Commissioner Bastien. She no longer wishes to defer these two items. That's items 10A1 and 10A2. So with the setting of the agenda, these two items will be approved. 11A1, Commissioner Lopez adds this item to the poll list. 11A13 and its supplements, Senator Garcia and Commissioners Lopez, Bermudez, Regalado, and Cohen-Higgins are adding this item to the poll list. And that was 11A13 and its supplements, and it's Senator Garcia, Lopez, Bermudez, Regalado, and Cohen-Higgins, are the polling commissioners. 11A14, Commissioner Steinberg and Commissioner Regalado pull this item. 11A16, Commissioner Steinberg and Cohen-Higgins are pulling this item. 11A17, Commissioner Steinberg and Commissioner Regalado are pulling this item. 11A20, this item is being pulled by Commissioner Bermudez, Commissioner Steinberg, and Commissioner Regalado. 11A24, Commissioner Regalado is pulling this item. 11A25, Chairman Rodriguez adds this item to the pull list. 14A2 and 14A3, Commissioner Regalado is pulling this item, or pulling these items. 14A4, Commissioner Cohen-Higgins. 14A1, I'm sorry, Commissioner Regalado is pulling 14A1 as well. 14B1, Chairman Rodriguez and Commissioner Cohen-Higgins. 14B2, Commissioner Cohen-Higgins is pulling this item. And 15B1, Chairman Rodriguez and Senator Garcia are pulling these items. I have additional requests for co-sponsorship. Item 7E, Commissioner Bastien. 81, Commissioner Steinberg. 11A1, Commissioner Milian Orbis. 11A11, Commissioner Steinberg. 11A21, Commissioner Steinberg. 11A25, Commissioner Milian Orbis. The items to be considered at today's meeting will be those listed in the printed final agenda with the additions, deferrals, withdrawals, and scrivener's errors noted in the chairman's memorandum and the items I just mentioned. The commission will approve all of these items by single vote setting the agenda except item 2B1, the mayor's appointment of the director of the Seaport Department, item 2B2, the mayor's appointment of the director of the Department of Cultural Affairs, Ordinances for first reading, public hearings. Item 6A1, discussion item regarding the status of the county's electric fleet. Item 6B1, discussion item regarding SB 1134, official actions of local governments, DEI. Ordinances set for second reading. Items 8A1, 8A2, 8A3, 8A4, 8A5, 8P1, 8P5, and 8P8, which are your commercial service airport contracts, which are not on your pull list and have to be voted on separately, and the following pull list items: 2B5, 2B6, 2B8, 2B10, 2B12, 3B2, 3B5, 8F1, 8F2, 8G5, 8K1, 8K4, 8N7, 8N8, 802, 803, 804, 9A5, 11A1, 11A13 and its supplement, 11A14, 11A16, 11A17, 11A20, 11A24, 11A25, 14A1, that's a first reading item. I'll read it with the balance of the first readings. 14A2, 14A3, 14A4, 14A5, 14A6, 14A7, and 14A8. Those four items are first readings. I'll read those with the first readings. 14B1, 14B2, and 15B1. A motion to set the agendas in order.
I have some more pulled, the Vice Chairman for two.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Can you please add to that list 11A15, 8P9, and 14B1? I'll be pulling those.
Any additional pulled items? Anyone wishes to pull any additional items? I'll entertain a motion to set the agenda.
Move it.
Could you please, can you please repeat those?
Repeat the three, Vice Chair.
I got a point of discomfort.
I know, but but it's kind of loud.
I'm very uncomfortable too in other ways, but we won't talk about those. Go ahead, Vice Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Madam Attorney, the items I referred to were 11A15, 8P9, and 14B1. Those are the items I will be pulling.
Commissioner Gilbert, you're recognized for a point of discomfort.
A point of discomfort. I refuse to believe that we pulled this entire agenda.
It's July. This is the July
I just
meeting.
refuse to believe that there are that many controversial things on this agenda. I went through this agenda.
There's not, but we're politicians. We like to hear ourselves talk.
Oh, my God.
It's what it is.
Oh, my God.
We got nothing else to do.
You all pack a lunch. Just.
Yeah. And that's how we got a Naranja meeting tonight. I mean, by the way, I can't make it, but we got a Naranja meeting tonight. So,
Mr. Chair,
who's?
I want to add to Commissioner Gilbert's 8P8. I want to pull a 8P8. 8P8.
8P8.
8. Yeah.
8P8. All right. With that, I'll entertain a motion to set the agenda and all of its pulled items. It's been moved by Commissioner Lopez, seconded by Commissioner Bastien. All in favor signify by saying aye. And everything that Jerry mentioned happens with the setting of the agenda. Can we quiet down in the back, please? All right, before I get into first readings, I'm going to recognize the mayor for two appointments. We'll start with 2B1, which is the mayoral appointment to the director of the Seaport Department. We have Jonathan Daniels serving as the new executive director. He was serving as the director of Maryland Port Administration, MPA, and the Port of Baltimore, and the 11th busiest tonnage port in the United States. And I know that he's here this morning, welcome, and with his wife, Adrienne. So thank you for being here, Adrienne and Mr. Daniels. All right, Madam Mayor, do you want to do a brief introduction of our new port director?
Yes, I would love to, but thank you for leading it off. That was wonderful. We are very, very pleased that we found Mr. Daniels, Jonathan Daniels. Please, if you would approach the well here, to be our next director and CEO of the Port Miami. We all know that Port Miami is one of our most important economic engines. It supports more than 340,000 jobs across Florida, $61 billion in economic impact, and so strong leadership is very essential to its continued success. He brings more than 3 decades of experience leading some of the nation's most significant seaports. He's managed complex cruise, cargo, and logistics operations. He's overseen multi-billion-dollar capital investments. He's built a reputation as a thoughtful, collaborative leader, and he delivers results. And by the way, he comes from a longshoreman family father and grandfather part of the Longshoremen's Union. Most recently, he led the Port of Baltimore through one of the most challenging moments in our nation's history in maritime, the collapse of the Francis Scott Key Bridge. He helped to restore operations while guiding the port to a record year for container activity, and before that, he led right here Port Everglades, and he advanced $3 billion strategy to expand cargo, cruise, and energy operations. So as Port Miami continues to grow, invests in critical infrastructure, strengthens its position as the cruise capital of the world and the cargo gateway of the Americas, I'm confident that Jonathan has the experience, the vision, and the steady leadership to build on that momentum. We're really delighted that he's chosen to join us. Thank you, and welcome to Jonathan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome. Yep. A good clap for this one. Anyone that takes this job deserves a round of applause.
In a hug.
Yeah. And he brought his wife with him. I mean, that's like a double whammy. All right, go ahead. You got the floor.
Madam Mayor, Mr. Chairman, and members of the County Commission, I am humbled and honored to be standing before you this morning. When we talk about the cargo gateway to the Americas, when we talk about the cruise capital of the world, those are statements, they're registered trademarks, but they're more than anything promises. They're promises that we as a port, as Port Miami, make to the stakeholders who are utilizing our facilities and utilizing Port Miami as their gateway. The 8.5 million passenger moves that we engaged in just last year is a solid number. But we have put ourselves in a position where we've stepped back a little bit. There is another port to the north of us that shall remain nameless right now that has taken over that position. I am absolutely enthusiastic about where we stand right now with the incredible staff that we have. I had the opportunity to meet with the directors yesterday. One of the reasons why this position was so appealing was because I've had the opportunity to work with many of them in the past. And the view and the vision that they have to be able to continue to move the port forward, whether it's cruise or cargo. This is an absolutely incredible team under which I am absolutely proud to be a member of. I sat down with them yesterday for about an hour and a half. After that meeting, all I wanted to do was sit back in the office and get to work. This is a team that is prepared to move forward. Yes, we have challenges ahead of us. Every port in America, every port in the world has challenges. As the mayor had mentioned, I've had the opportunity to work through challenges, whether it's rebuilding after Hurricane Katrina, whether it's taking on the third largest cruise home port in the world during the pandemic, or 6 weeks after my arrival in Baltimore and getting a call at 1:30 in the morning that the Francis Scott Key Bridge has gone into the river. All of those issues unexpected. All of those issues allowed us the opportunity to be creative, to utilize the team approach, to utilize a creative approach and ultimately come out the other side. We have set records after each of those instances, and that is the passion and the draw that I want to be able to bring to this team. Again, I've had the opportunity to work with many of them in leadership, and to stand before you now in consideration of my appointment to this position. Again, I am honored and humbled to be a part of the Miami-Dade family, as many people have pointed out to me, but more importantly to the professional and team that is at Port Miami that leads with professionalism and integrity like no other port I've had the opportunity to be able to work with and work for. I've had the opportunity to speak to a few of you on the commission thus far, but would be willing to answer any questions that you may have in consideration of the appointment.
Thank you, Jonathan.
And just through the chair, to clarify, his official first day of work is August 10, so we asked him to come here so that we could have an opportunity for people to meet him.
Awesome. Thank you, Madam Mayor, and welcome aboard again.
Thank you, sir.
Chairwoman Cohen-Higgins.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you, Madam Mayor, and welcome.
Thank you.
And congratulations on the appointment. I just want to say a few words regarding your role and the size of it and the magnitude of the work that you're going to do here for us in the community. Not only focusing on passenger volume and those numbers, but with a particular emphasis on the amazing community that you are now a key member of and the over 300,000 jobs that rely on Port Miami every day to feed their families. And so I know that you are equipped and experienced. We all certainly look forward to working with you, and I would be remiss if I didn't say rather passionately that you have very big shoes to fill. Our former port director was an extraordinary member of our Miami-Dade County team. We all miss her and wish her well in her future endeavors. But just wanted to share welcoming remarks, but also remarks saying that the job is huge. We know you're going to do a wonderful job. Miami-Dade is such a unique and extraordinary community, and we look forward to your leadership here at Port Miami. So once again, congratulations and welcome. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right. Congratulations, Madam Mayor. Thank you for that appointment. Very good. Congratulations, and we hold you to the fire.
Absolutely.
I know that Adrian at your side is going to be great.
Thank you.
Commissioner Regalado has some remarks. Hold on, future director. Hold on. Don't go so far. Hold on. We got some more. Or he is the director, I guess now.
Yes, so I would say, I don't know if to say congratulations or condolences, but I hope you stick around for our conversation over the port bond. It'll be interesting.
Absolutely. Yes.
That was it? Gonzalez, go ahead.
So, Director, I want to congratulate you on taking this role. I think that it's clear that it's not going to be an easy role, but I have looked into some of the things that you did at Port Everglades, and Port Everglades being one of those ports that is on our heels, it almost feels like the Miami Heat Giannis trade right now. And I'm glad to have you on this team.
Thank you.
It won't be easy. You're not going to get a lot of sleep, but I'm sure that you will be up to the challenge, and I look forward to working with you.
Great.
Thank you, Director. Congratulations. Madam Mayor, item 2B2, you're good, Director. Thank you.
Great. Thank you.
Item 2B2, your Director of the Department of Cultural Affairs. Madam Mayor, we have Ashley K. Thomas, a Miami native with deep ties to the local community, a strong understanding of the county's cultural infrastructure, and more than 25 years of experience across the arts, nonprofit leadership, and public administration. Please intro our new Director of Cultural Affairs.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Once again, thank you for being prepped. So Ashley Thomas is a local star, homegrown. She has risen up through the arts world. She started her career in Liberty City, and she trained with Mr. Marshall at the African Cultural Heritage Center, and where she learned dance. She went on to be a professional dancer. She went on to write her own productions. She traveled the world, performed in Los Angeles, produced in Australia, and came home to us here in Miami-Dade. So she has advanced through the ranks. She's actually produced productions at our own Arts Center. So she has a very diverse set of experiences in the arts and culture. And she has received rave reviews from her cultural arts partners. So we did a national search, and it brought us right back home. I have to say that we discovered we have a star in our midst, and we have every confidence that under Ashley's leadership, that arts and culture will continue not only to thrive, but actually to even ascend to higher heights. So very, very excited to introduce her to you if you have not had a chance. Just to underscore a couple of the things she's managed in her short tenure as interim director. Guess what? Coconut Grove Playhouse. We will have one. Thank you, Commissioner Regalado. And so she has been instrumental in that. She also has helped us to get through some difficult budget times here in the county with our cultural affairs. So I am very confident that because of her background, her character, her personality, her knowledge, she will be the leader that we all are striving for, and I'm delighted to present to you Ashley Thomas as our new Director of Cultural Affairs.
Thank you, Ashley. Congratulations. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
And all right. Yeah, sure. Well, we allowed it for one, we'll allow it for the other, right? All right, Ashley, you're loved. You got much less time than the Seaport director
Very
had.
much understand.
He certainly went over his time and abused his time, but we're going to give it to him. Go ahead.
Thank you so much, Chairman Rodriguez, and thank you, Madam Mayor, to the Board of County Commissioners, Deputy Mayor, and to the community for this opportunity. I am local, homegrown, and I'll say that art is essential to the soul, and we continue to celebrate it, and we'll continue to represent the county to its full level. So thank you, thank you, thank you, and I'm honored to be here and continue the work.
That was brief. I like that. Congratulations. That's 2 rounds of applause.
Yeah, you see that?
That's 2 rounds of applause.
Point of order.
All right. Stop. You're talking about long meetings.
No, I just want to say that. That's the difference between, she from here. She knew to say something real quick and sit down. That she knew exactly what to do.
Hey, cut my man Jonathan some slack. I was giving him a hard time because his wife is in the room, so I wanted to. Madam Attorney, can we do the aviation items before we go into first readings? And then I understand we have some releases as well.
Yes, Mr. Chair, I have one release. Do you want to just?
Go ahead, let's do the release.
I have 8G5 was pulled, and Commissioner Leon Orbis is releasing her pull. She was the only pulling commissioner.
So 8G5, Commissioner Gonzalez moves 8G5.
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Gilbert. All in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed nay. Show it passed. And then can you call up the aviation items?
Yes, we have 7. The first one is item 8A1.
Move it.
It's been moved by Commissioner Cohen-Higgins, seconded by Gilbert. All in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed nay. Show it passed.
8A2.
Move it.
It's been moved by Cohen-Higgins, seconded by Gilbert. All in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed nay.
8A3.
Moved by Cohen-Higgins, seconded by Gilbert. All in favor aye.
Aye.
All opposed nay. Show it passed.
8A4.
It's been moved by Cohen-Higgins, seconded by Gilbert. All in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed nay. Show it passed.
8A5.
It's been moved by the same, seconded by the same. All in favor signify by saying aye. All the same ayes. It passes.
8P1.
8P1 moved by the same, second by the same. All in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed nay. Show it passed.
8P5.
8P5 is moved by the same, seconded by the same. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed nay. And was that the last one?
Yes.
All right. We got the aviation items out. Now, Madam Attorney, can you please read the first reading items, including the 14s that are first readings as well?
Yes, Mr. Chair. The first one is item 4A, ordinance relating to environmental protection in the incorporated and unincorporated areas, amending section 24-44 of the code, providing for approval of non-recorded institutional controls for no further action with conditions, site closures, in connection with contaminated site cleanups under certain circumstances, making technical and clarifying changes, providing severability, inclusion in the code, and an effective date. 4B substitute is an ordinance relating to hospital mandatory payments, amending Article 4 of Chapter 18 of the Code, revising definitions, authorizing electronic signatures and electronic delivery of documents, recognizing waivers granted by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, expanding the scope of Medicaid supplemental payment programs, revising petition, review, and notice procedures, authorizing payment plans, authorizing suspension or termination of mandatory payments by resolution, making technical and conforming changes, and providing severability inclusion in the code and an effective date, and its supplement. 4C is an ordinance relating to the Rapid Transit System Development Zone, amending Section 33C-2 of the code, amending the Metro Mover subzone of the Rapid Transit Zone to add certain private property, providing severability inclusion in the code and an effective date. 4D is an ordinance changing the boundaries of the City of Florida City, Florida, and amending the city's municipal charter to provide for the annexation of certain lands pursuant to Section 604B of the Home Rule Charter and Chapter 20 of the Code of Miami-Dade County, Florida, relating to the unincorporated area referred to as Area J with approximate outer boundaries on the north by Southwest 328th Street, Southwest 7th Street, on the east by Southwest 192nd Avenue, on the south by Southwest 344th Street, and on the west by Southwest 199th Avenue, providing for reservation to the county of utility tax revenues, providing for county retention of residential garbage and refuse collection and disposal, requiring payment of certain outstanding debt service attributable to the annexation area, providing for county retention of jurisdiction over certain declarations of restrictive covenants in areas and facilities of countywide significance, providing for contingent effective date, providing for interdependency, inclusion in the code, and an effective date. 4E is an ordinance creating the Miami-Dade County Boater Safety and Bay Education Advisory Board, creating Article 172 of Chapter 2 of the Code, providing for the composition and duties of the board and other related matters, providing severability, inclusion in the code, and an effective date. 4F is an ordinance creating and establishing a special taxing district in the county, generally bounded on the north by Southwest 236th Street, on the east by Southwest 134 Avenue, on the south by C-102 Canal, and on the west by C-102 Canal, known and described as Copart West Street Lighting Special Taxing District, identifying services to be provided, authorizing and directing the mayor designee to provide for the installation of streetlights, approving a street lighting agreement with Florida Power and Light, and authorizing the mayor designee to execute the agreement, waiving provisions of resolution number R-13006, and providing for exclusion from the code and an effective date. 4G is an ordinance creating and establishing a special taxing district in the county, generally bounded on the north by theoretical Southwest 325 Street, on the east by Southwest 194 Avenue, on the south by Southwest 328th Street, Lucy Street, and on the west by Southwest 197 Avenue, Richard Road, known and described as Harmony Homes Multipurpose Maintenance and Street Lighting Special Taxing District, identifying services to be provided, authorizing and directing the mayor designee to cause to be maintained and operated various public improvements, and to provide for the installation of streetlights, approving a street lighting agreement with Florida Power and Light, and authorizing the mayor designee to execute the agreement, waiving provisions of resolution number R-13006, and providing for exclusion from the code and an effective date. 4H is an ordinance relating to environmental protection, amending sections 24-5, 24-18, and 24-43 of the code, revising a definition, authorizing administrative approval of emergency generators for healthcare facilities and food stores within a well-field protection area, subject to certain conditions, providing severability, inclusion in the code, and an effective date. 4I is an ordinance relating to environmental remediation and utility service fee, amending section 24-34 of the code, establishing loan program for purposes of environmental remediation that meets existing requirements of section 24-34 without changing said requirements, creating requirements, parameters, and procedures for said loan program, providing severability, inclusion in the code, and an effective date. 14A1 is an ordinance relating to the operation of personal delivery services and mobile carriers in the incorporated and unincorporated areas of the county, creating Chapter 31, Article 8 of the Code, providing regulations for the safe operation of personal delivery devices and mobile carriers, providing legislative intent, applicability, and definitions, amending Section 8CC 10 of the Code, providing for enforcement by civil penalty, providing severability, inclusion in the code, and an effective date. 14A5 is an ordinance relating to county procurement, implementing in whole or in part multiple recommendations from the final report of the Special Task Force to reduce inefficiencies in procurement relating to bid protests, amending Section 2-8.4 of the Code relating to protest procedures, amending implementing Order 3-21, directing the mayor designee to create, maintain, and update a centralized automated online portal for use in the protest process in coordination with the clerk of the board, requiring a report, providing severability, inclusion in, and exclusion from the code, and an effective date. 14A6 is an ordinance relating to county procurement, implementing in whole or in part multiple recommendations from the final report of the Special Task Force to reduce inefficiencies in procurement, amending Section 2-11.1 of the Code relating to the cone of silence to permit closed, recorded, oral presentations in competitive procurements consistent with an exemption in Florida law, amending implementing orders 3-34 and 3-39, establishing requirements for competitive selection committee appointments, composition, scoring, training, and conflict checks, creating large local employer category relating to evaluation, scoring, and acquisition of professional services agreements, limiting use of technology at oral presentations, and providing severability, inclusion in, and exclusion from the code, and an effective date. 14A7 is an ordinance relating to county procurement, implementing in whole or in part multiple recommendations from the final report of the Special Task Force to reduce inefficiencies in procurement relating to small business and local preference requirements, amending sections 2-10.4.01, 2-8.1.1.1.1, 2-8.1.1.1.2, and 2-8.5 of the Code, relating to small business architecture and engineering program requirements, small business enterprise service program requirements, small business enterprise goods program requirements, local business preference, locally headquartered business preference, local preference eligibility and verification, small business remedies, and related procurement policies, directing and authorizing the mayor to make conforming changes, to implementing orders and providing severability, inclusion in, and exclusion from the code, and an effective date. And 14A8 is an ordinance relating to county procurement, implementing in whole or in part multiple recommendations from the final report of the Special Task Force to reduce inefficiencies in procurement, amending Section 2-11.1 of the Code relating to the conflict of interest and code of ethics ordinance, Section 2-8.8 of the Code relating to fair subcontracting practices, Section 2-8.1.1.1.1 of the Code relating to the Small Business Enterprise Services Program, Section 2-8.1.1.1 2.2 of the code relating to the Small Business Enterprise Goods Program, Section 2-8.1.1 of the code relating to bids from related parties and bid collusion, and Section 10-33021 of the code relating to bids precluded from related parties, repealing Resolution R6314, requiring certain due diligence affidavits in procurement, providing severability, inclusion in and exclusion from the code, and an effective date, and requiring a report. Those are your first reading items.
All right, Madam Attorney, we have some bifurcations, right? We have 4B and 14A5 through 14A8
And 14A1 as well.
and 14A1 as well. Okay.
Mr. Chair.
All right, Commissioner, who's that? Commissioner Regalado?
Yeah, I pulled the procurement ones, I guess 14A5
And 14A8.
through 14A8. I'm happy to release those.
Okay, show 14A5 through 14A8 released. And you need to pull something? 4E? 4D. All right, so show Commissioner Cohen-Higgins pulling 4D. Can I have a motion on the rest of the first reading items?
Mr. Chair,
Yes,
I
Madam Attorney.
believe I had Commissioner Regalado noted as also pulling 14A1. It appears she did not.
Okay.
So you may want to add that.
Okay, so 14A1 is part of the motion now. All right, so Commissioner Gonzalez moves the rest of the items, but for 4B and 4D, it's been seconded by Commissioner Lopez. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Bastian.
Yes.
Commissioner Bermudez.
Yes.
Commissioner Cohen-Higgins. Senator Garcia. Commissioner Gilbert. Commissioner Gonzalez.
4.
Commissioner Lopez.
Yes.
Commissioner Milian Orbis. Commissioner Regalado. Commissioner Steinberg. Vice Chairman McGee.
Yes.
Chairman Rodriguez.
I vote yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, Senator Garcia on 4B, you can't discuss it, so are you just trying to vote no on it, or?
No, Mr. Chairman. I want to try to waive the rules to make sure this is placed on the following agenda on September 22nd. This is the hospital funding bill that we've done previous times, or because of ACA constraint, time constraints.
Yes.
Want to make sure it's on the agenda for the next one.
That's okay, so what meeting exactly did you want it to go on?
On the September 2nd meeting.
September 2nd, okay.
And if we can do
So-
15B1, which is a public hearing notification, that'll be great.
Okay, so you'll move 4B for the September 2nd meeting with all the proper notices, Madam Attorney?
Mr. Chair, we can do that motion separate as a procedural motion. 4B needs to be approved first,
Okay, so.
and then we can do those motions separately.
Senator Garcia moves 4B,
Second.
seconded by Regalado. Clerk, please call the roll.
It's 4B substitute.
4B substitute. Please call the roll.
Commissioner Bermudez.
Yes.
Commissioner Cohen-Higgins.
4.
Senator Garcia. Commissioner Gilbert. Commissioner Gonzalez.
4.
Commissioner Lopez.
Yes.
Commissioner Milian Orbis. Commissioner Regalado.
Yes.
Commissioner Steinberg. Commissioner Bastian. Vice Chairman McGee.
Yes.
Chairman Rodriguez.
I vote yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
And Senator, I understand our September meeting, the first one is September 1st. So you want to make a motion at this time to waive the rules or whatnot, and?
Yeah,
All right, it's been,
so move to the September 1st meeting.
all right, it's been moved by Senator Garcia. Jerry, go ahead. Jerry,
Can we go ahead and read that motion?
go ahead.
Senator Garcia moves to, 1, suspend the rules, the board's rules of procedure, and waive committee review as to item 4B substitute. 2, amend item 15B1 to set public hearing and second reading on item 4B substitute at the September 1, 2026 Board of County Commissioners meeting. 3, direct the agenda coordinator to set appropriate notices, and 4, direct the clerk of the board to publish all necessary notices relating to this item.
All right, we have a motion by Senator Garcia, seconded by Commissioner Lopez. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. All opposed, nay. Show it passed. Eddie, can you read my motion along the same lines as well?
The port one is una porcada.
Chairman Rodriguez moves to, 1, suspend the board's rules of procedure and waive committee review as to items 14A5, 14A6, 14A7, and 14A8. 2, amend item 15B1 to schedule the public hearing and second reading for these items at the September 1st, 2026 board meeting. And 3, direct the clerk of the board to publish all necessary notices relating to these items.
All right, show it moved by Commissioner Cohen-Higgins, seconded by Commissioner Steinberg. All in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed, nay. All right, Commissioner McGee moves 4D, seconded by Commissioner Gilbert. And I know you bifurcated, but you can't speak on it, so clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Cohen-Higgins,
No.
Senator Garcia, Commissioner Gilbert. I'm sorry. Commissioner Gonzalez,
4.
Commissioner Lopez, Commissioner Milian Orbis, Commissioner Regalado,
Yes.
Commissioner Steinberg, Commissioner Bastien,
Yes.
Commissioner Bermudez, Vice Chairman McGee,
Yes.
Chairman Rodriguez.
I vote yes.
Motion passes 11-1.
All right. Thank you very much. That concludes our first reading items. Madam Attorney, I will recognize first. I'm going to go ahead and recognize Commissioner Gilbert for a motion. I was going to start somewhere else, but we'll start there. Commissioner Gilbert, you're recognized to make a motion.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. If the attorneys could come forward, I have a motion to reconsider. On the port item that we determined, we decided at our last meeting, there's some technical changes that came to light after we engaged the consultant, the expert, that we need to make, and so I'm going to make the motion to reconsider. I'll give it to the attorneys to read.
Commissioner Gilbert moves to reconsider Legistar number 261076.
Second.
It's been moved to reconsider, seconded by Commissioner Regalado.
No.
Oh, seconded by Commissioner Cohen-Higgins. I just heard. I'm just a little congested.
They don't sound alike.
I thought it was a good day in
They
the
don't
county
sound
here
alike.
today.
No.
All right, not
Not
today.
today.
I mean, not today, Satan.
We got a motion. We have a second by Commissioner Cohen-Higgins. All in favor of the reconsideration signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Short reconsidered.
Thank you. Now that it's before us, I move the item as amended. We have some technical amendments. I think it's been filed with the clerk.
The attorneys could read the amendment.
Mr. Chair, we're going to have it, we're going to read it, they're going to read it to us, or
just
we have a
asked.
Mr.
physical
Chair, you're going to
copy?
wait till
I
you
just asked.
recognize Commissioner Regalado?
Yeah. I just asked him to read it. I literally said that before you still wanted to hear yourself say it on the microphone. All right. Go ahead if you could read the amendment.
Commissioner Gilbert moves to amend Legistar number 261076 to 1, replace Exhibits A and B with new Exhibits A and B that have been filed with the clerk. 2, make a corresponding amendment to the second recital on page MDC 012 to reference the revised Exhibits A and B. 3, incorporate the amendments previously approved regarding outside counsel. And 4, authorize the mayor or mayor's designee to correct scrivener's errors in the legal descriptions and sketches, provided that no such corrections alter the property interest to be acquired.
All right. We have a motion.
Second.
The amendment. We have a second by Commissioner Cohen-Higgins. Commissioner Regalado, you're recognized.
Thank you. Just for the record, I know that last time this item came before us, the reason it was before us is because we were amending the legal description. So now we're amending the legal description again. Is this making it smaller or bigger? Because we have a few easements on here. There's a different description, but does this increase the footprint that we had from the prior item or decrease it?
The attorneys are recognized to answer the question.
It's the same easement.
So it's just ownership?
No, there's a discrepancy between, in the easement that should be clarified for our benefit really during the litigation, but the intention is not to change the easement that's been used. So it's the same as what's been used all along.
Okay.
So in terms of the size of the parcel, we're still staying within the existing footprint of what we need for the fuel facility, which was the prior amendment?
That is correct.
Thank you.
All right. With that, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay.
Still the no.
Show that item pass with 2 no votes. All right. Now, I will take up 7D, the Kelly Tractor application. Madam Attorney, let's go ahead and take that item.
Yes, Mr. Chair, I need to read this title. 1 second.
Yep, you got your time.
7D is an ordinance relating to Miami-Dade County Comprehensive Development Master Plan, providing disposition of application number CDMP 2023-13, located west of Northwest 137 Avenue, and SR 836 interchange and north side of theoretical Northwest 6th Street, filed by Kelly Tractor Company in the May 2023 cycle to amend the county's comprehensive development master plan, providing severability, exclusion from the code, and an effective date.
All right, and we have, was that the supplement and second supplement as well?
That's with its 3 supplements.
Okay. And, all right, so I have the item before us. Public hearing has been had on this item already.
I'll move it.
Do I have a motion?
I have a motion.
Commissioner Bermudez moves the item, seconded by Commissioner Gonzalez. Any discussion on it?
Yes.
Commissioner Regalado, you're recognized.
Thank you. I just want to walk through the changes. I know that we've discussed this item a lot, and I don't want to belabor the point, but I think that the changes that we've made to date have really changed dramatically this item, and I hope that the board will consider these requirements in the future, because I think that it's a way for us to change the conversation in terms of preservation. So first and foremost, obviously, I filed the item to change the text amendment. I think most of us were concerned that the text amendment was going to be abused. So I hope that this is the last one that we see that chooses that vehicle without the parameters. That being said, as part of this application, we've added a lot of those parameters, even though the text amendment did not require them. And I want to thank the applicant for walking through that with us. For those of you who had the opportunity to read the final memo by staff, we do have staff in favor of a lot of the changes that we've made. So first and foremost, I think one of the lessons learned from this application is that land that is covenanted can later, many years later after it is preserved, there could be a request to remove that covenant. And one of the things that this new application is doing is we're asking for ownership by the county, specifically EEL, for those properties. And I think that that is the best path forward. I think if we truly believe that these lands are important, we're asking a developer to preserve and restore them, we should have ownership. And one of the things that this application does is not only grant ownership to the county, should the county want it, because there could be a world in which the county does not want the preserved land, but it also has a maintenance fee baked into the agreement. So if we could just have a clarification from the applicant as to how that would work, because as many of you know, our EO program is desperately underfunded. This would then go under the EO portfolio, and we want to make sure that EO has the ability to maintain it properly.
Sure, Commissioner, through the chair. If I may, so I just wanted to clarify. So we have 2 options. We can maintain it ourselves to alleviate some of that burden on EEL. Otherwise, we would provide some sort of funding mechanism to make sure that it is taken care of perpetually, but the applicant is open to doing that maintenance themselves on that land.
I understand, and that's if the county rejects ownership, right? So we're saying
Correct.
that the application now says that if the county it has the ability to reject ownership. If the county decides not to do it, then you have the obligation to preserve it. But I really want the county to own it. I think that that's the best path forward for us. On page 12 of the Declaration of Restrictions, and for those who are watching, I just want to say this information is in the actual covenant. It's on page 13. But on page 12, number 7, for the preservation area, so we're talking about two different parcels, right? We're talking about the existing preservation area, and number 7 says, if the owner wishes to convey the preservation area to the county, the owner shall convey the preservation area at no cost to the county and provide a funding mechanism that fully funds the long-term maintenance of the preservation area, correct? That's what you have on 12?
That is correct.
Okay. I would like it to be the inverse, just as it is in the next page. The next page has the owner shall dedicate and convey these additional off-site wetland preservation areas to Miami-Dade County's EO program at no cost to Miami-Dade County and in natural state free of exotic vegetation. So in 7, I would like the same. I don't want the owner to decide if they're going to give the preservation areas to EEL. I want EEL to have the right of first refusal. If I think EEL wants them, but if EEL doesn't want them, then the owner would then maintain them and preserve them. So can we have that same language that we have on page 13 on page 12?
Yes, that's fine.
Wonderful, thank you. On page 14, we also added if there is a need for a pump station that is required for water and sewer agreement on the requested property, the owner shall install a public sanitary sewer pump station at the owner's expense to provide service to the proposed development, subject to any applicable RER and secession. So we have the pump station, should we need it later. The one issue that's on here, that's not on here, that I think is important, well, let me get to another easy one. On page 16, 11, Community Education and Training Program. I want to thank you. It's very robust. It reflects a lot of the meetings that we had in terms of how we want to use this site for economic development, specifically for training. But I take issue with one word. In the third sentence, we say, the first owner agrees to create and or participate in educational and training program available to post-secondary and high school students in Miami-Dade County, which may include but shall not be limited to neurodivergent individuals. Can we make that may a must? Because that's what we talked about?
Sure.
Okay, thank you. Now, going back to page 15, one of the reasons that this application is so different from everything else that this board has seen is because of Kelly's involvement in our emergency response at all levels. And on page 15, paragraph 10, we speak about the county emergency management. Is it possible to give Miami-Dade County government a priority in terms of access to Kelly equipment should there be an emergency? Because I know you guys get a draw from everyone. Is that something that we can bake in? I know, obviously, it would be as long as we're not violating existing contracts.
That's okay.
Okay, and this is important, folks, because whenever we have a hurricane or anything, everyone draws. We know what's happened with the last few storms. We're going to be talking about trash and trash pickup later. But I want our county's response teams to have first priority when it comes to Kelly and access to the infrastructure that is so necessary during emergency response. The wetland mitigation program, I think, is very good. I really want to thank you all for spending the time with us to work through how to include the wildlife and a wildlife corridor. I really believe that this is something that others should consider when we look at these types of plans. And then finally, I know we had some back and forth, and I want to thank staff for also requiring it. We're not double dipping here on mitigation, right? So it's separate and apart. You're going to use other land for your stormwater. To the board, in terms of the preservation area and the mitigation that we're requiring, I want to read a part to you because it was important when we were negotiating it, and I think it's also something that we should consider moving forward when we talk about replicating these requirements in other applications. On page 13, the owner shall dedicate and convey these additional off-site wetlands preservation areas to Miami-Dade County EO program at no cost to Miami-Dade County in the natural state of free and exotic vegetation. We talked about that. But this is the part that I think is important. The owner agrees to provide a funding mechanism. Everybody okay over here? The owner agrees to provide a funding mechanism that fully funds the maintenance of the off-site wetland preservation areas in perpetuity and any other obligation of such off-site wetland preservation area. Should the county in its discretion elect not to accept such dedication, the owner shall record a restrictive covenant. And the other thing that was required here that we talked about, I think it was in the second time this application came to us, is that the mitigation, whether provided in land to the county or by mitigation credits, will be in Miami-Dade County. This is not mitigation land that's going to occur in Orlando or North Florida. This is the first time that we're keeping everything in Miami-Dade County. So to my colleagues, this is a very different application from what was presented to us. I think that Kelly is unique. I think it's a text amendment. I think we've cleared up the issues of the text amendment. We're not moving the line. Currently, this land, as has been mentioned, what is preserved, we're preserving, but there's an entire area out there that has not been restored, is not being preserved, and will be preserved because of this. This now, when we own it, there's a dramatic change in our ability to actually do BCCR. So we talk a lot about BCCR, but we don't do BCCR. As the owner of these properties now, the county can go to the federal government and ask to start working on this basin. So with that, I would like to move as amended.
All right. We have we had a motion, right, to move it by Bermudez, seconded by Gilbert. And then now there's an amendment.
They made amendments, so just as long as the motion says as amended.
Okay, so the motion is as amended. Commissioner Bermudez, you're good with that?
Yep.
All right, so go ahead, Abby.
Mr. Chair, if I can just confirm the original motion, it would be a motion to adopt per staff recommendation with the various changes that had been outlined in staff's memorandums, with the acceptance of the proffered covenant and with the 10 calendar days, the 10-day condition to provide an executed legally sufficient covenant opinion of title. So then my understanding is there's, well, I would, there were amendments in addition to that.
Okay, all right, so are we good with the I'm sorry, Abby, your lead attorney is whispering in my ear, so. Did you say something that needed my attention? I apologize.
No, Mr. Chair, I was just restating the motion
okay.
for the record.
All right, so that said, I have no further discussion on the item. It is moved as amended with all the different amendments and motions and all the good stuff. We have a second by Commissioner Gilbert. Commissioner Steinberg, are you wanting to be recognized?
Briefly, while I appreciate the amendments, I will remain a no. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, so clerk, let's call the roll. Oh, hold on.
Just so we can have a clarification of the acreage that the county could potentially own, just so we have it on the record. Yeah, that's to the applicant.
So for the acreage, that's in the paragraph, one second, that's in paragraph 5, the offsite wetland preservation area is a total at least 20 acres.
Okay. Always a yes. And then mitigation, the second?
And then mitigation.
And mitigation, we don't know.
We do not know at this point, yes.
Thank you.
All right, so Madam Attorney, because I'm just doing a quorum count of sorts. I don't think we have the sufficient members in the chamber at this time to take a vote based on requirements. I know that we need 9 votes for this in general, and I just don't. I can see it based on the history of this, and we've said some have already said it. So can I don't know if to formally officially say table it, but can I move on to the rest of the agenda and then come back to this at a later time?
Yes.
And then my question to you is, because we do have a very long agenda and I know some folks do need to leave, if we don't get to this item today, does it automatically roll over to my next agenda?
Yes, Mr.
Okay.
Chair.
All right, we're going to try to get it to today, but just in case we run out of time. So, all right. That said, I know that we had a lot of good conversation, Commissioner Regalado. Thank you for all of that. The motion still stands and all of that. but we're going to move on to the next, to the rest of our agenda, just because I don't have enough members. I can see it. So,
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Gilbert, you're recognized.
I'd just like to commend Commissioner Regalado on the work she put on this.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's so cute. Is that a new congressman type of behavior? Sure is not,
No,
Commissioner.
no, not at all. No.
All right.
He knows that if he doesn't thank me, I get upset later. So.
Oh, that's so cute.
Positive reinforcements.
Get upset now or get upset later. I love it. All right, let's move into public hearing, Madam Attorney or Mr. Attorney. If you can read all of the public hearing items, and once you do, I'll go ahead and open up public hearing for the public.
Yes, Mr. Chair. 5A is a resolution renaming the Arcola Lakes Branch Library the Doran D. Roll Library and its supplement. 5B and C were deferred. 5D is an ordinance relating to operation of micro-mobility devices, electric bicycles, and motorized scooters in the incorporated and unincorporated areas of the county, recreating Section 2-98.3 of the code, providing regulations for operation of micro-mobility devices, electric bicycles, and motorized scooters on rights-of-way, providing for legislative intent, applicability, and definitions, providing mechanism for municipal enforcement of regulations, providing for enforcement by civil penalty, providing severability, inclusion in the code, and an effective date. And its supplement, 5E, is an ordinance authorizing issuance of not to exceed $350 million Miami-Dade County, Florida Transit System Sales Surtax Revenue Bonds pursuant to Section 208 Ordinance Number 0548 as amended for paying costs of certain transportation and transit projects, providing that details, terms, and other matters relating to such bonds, including without limitation the ability to issue such bonds as drawdown bonds under a drawdown bond program, be determined in subsequent resolutions, authorizing undertaking of transit and transportation projects and People's Transportation Plan, authorizing and directing county officers and agents to take all actions necessary to effectuate the purposes of this ordinance and ordinance number 0548 as amended, and providing severability, exclusion from the code, and an effective date. 5F is an ordinance authorizing the issuance of Miami-Dade County capital asset acquisition special obligation bonds from time to time in one or more series in an aggregate principal amount not to exceed $380 million for purpose of acquiring, constructing, improving, renovating, and/or equipping certain capital assets and/or projects, providing that details of said bonds be determined in one or more series resolutions, providing for severability, exclusion from the code, and an effective date. 5G is a resolution authorizing issuance of Miami-Dade County, Florida general obligation bonds, building better communities in one or more series in principal amount not to exceed $350 million for purpose of paying all or a portion of certain approved capital project costs and paying cost of issuing bonds pursuant to certain terms and conditions, finding necessity for and authorizing negotiated sale of such bonds. 5H is a resolution authorizing issuance of not to exceed $275 million of Miami-Dade County, Florida public facilities revenue bonds, Jackson Health System in one or more series for paying costs of certain projects for Jackson Health System, funding debt service reserve fund if necessary, and paying costs of issuance, authorizing public sale of bonds by competitive bid. 5I is a resolution authorizing issuance of not to exceed $700 million aggregate principal amount of Miami-Dade County, Florida Seaport revenue and revenue refunding bonds in one or more series on a senior basis to pay costs of certain additional improvements and capital expenditures and to refund all or a portion of commercial paper notes. 5J is a resolution authorizing issuance of capital asset acquisition special obligation bond series 2026A in aggregate principal amount not to exceed $480 million to fund certain capital assets and/or projects, providing that bonds shall be payable solely from legally available non-ad valorem revenues that the county covenants to budget and appropriate annually. 5L is an ordinance approving, adopting, and ratifying non-ad valorem assessment rules, rates, and assessments for 219 certain street lighting special taxing districts in Miami-Dade County, Florida for the fiscal year commencing October 1, 2026 and ending September 30, 2027, and providing severability, exclusion from the code, and effective date. 5M is an ordinance granting petition of D.R. Horton, Inc. for establishment of a community development district generally bounded on the north by Canal 103 South, on the east by Southwest 167 Avenue, Tennessee Road, Southeast 12th Avenue, on the south by Southwest 328th Street, Lucy Street, Southeast 8th Street, and on the west by Southwest 172 Avenue, McMinn Road, Southeast 6th Avenue, creating and establishing Sandero Landing Community Development District, providing for name, powers, and duties, providing description and boundaries, providing initial members of Board of Supervisors, accepting proffered declaration of restrictive covenants, providing severability, exclusion from the code, and an effective date, and its supplement. 5N is an ordinance approving, adopting, and ratifying non-ad valorem assessment rolls, rates, and assessments for the solid waste collection service area of Miami-Dade County, Florida, commencing October 1, 2026, providing severability, exclusion from the code, and an effective date. 5O is a resolution approving the waiver of plat of 6301 Southwest 27th Street, LLC. 5P is a resolution approving the plat of My Academy. 5Q is a resolution approving the plat of QRT Northwest Residences filed by Miami-Dade County. 5R is a resolution approving the plat of Verdana East. 5S is a resolution approving the waiver of plat of A2Z Construction and Remodel LLC. 5T is a resolution approving the waiver of plat of Habitat for Humanity of Greater Miami, Inc. 5U is a resolution approving the waiver of plat of 8210 Southwest 63 Place LLC. 5V is a resolution approving issuance by Arizona Industrial Development Authority of its revenue bonds in one or more series in an amount not to exceed $40 million for the benefit of True North Classical Academy, Inc. Those are your public hearing items, and at the appropriate time, I do have some requests to bifurcate.
Thank you to the attorney. At this time, we're going to open public hearing on all 5 items on our agenda. Dewey Knight, if you can please approach. Tangela Dorset, please approach. Carnell White, please approach. Sophia Amaya, please approach. I don't see anyone approaching. Public hearing is now open on our 5 numbered items on our agenda. To the clerk, we have a quasi-judicial item, 5T. We have a speaker. At the appropriate time, please swear in Ms. Sophia Amaya. Is Sophia Amaya present? Don't see Sophia Amaya. We'll see if she joins us during the public hearing. To those names that I've called, you can approach the well. You'll have 1 minute. Please give us your name and your address.
Good morning, Commission. My name is Tangela Dorset, 3249 Northwest 43rd Terrace, Miami 33142. Good morning again. I'm the daughter of Commissioner Doran D. Rowe, the late commissioner. On behalf of the entire Rowe family, my sister is here, Yvette, and my brother Damon, he couldn't make it. We are extremely thankful and honored. My dad enjoyed his tenure of service for the community. He was a servant, he was a leader, and he was passionate about his work. We look forward to the dedication of the ceremony of the library, and in the words of the late Commissioner Rowe, Commission, you're done good.
Good. You're done good.
My name is Carnell A. White, 4350 Northwest 33rd Avenue, Miami, Florida. And I am so pleased and proud to be able to stand here today and say in front of Lottie, Dottie, and everybody that Commissioner Rowe was my dear friend, my brother, my friend, a colleague. We go back to the first time I saw him in 1966 on Florida A&M University's campus. I appreciate you and thank you for doing this, for honoring an honorable man. Commissioner Bastian, my commissioner, have you know, I'm yours. You are my commissioner, a position that he served in for many years. And I thank you for sponsoring this. I watch you from afar and sometimes closer than you know, when you were back doing things for the most vulnerable of our citizenry. Thank you so very much for
Thank you,
taking this
Mr.
on.
White. Thank you so much. Mr. Dewey Knight, you are recognized.
Thank you kindly. Good morning. Dewey Knight, offices at 8250 North Miami Avenue. I am grateful to be here today to celebrate, and we thank Commissioner Bastian and the co-sponsors for honoring Commissioner Doran Rowe. It takes me back to when the GOB bond was passed, and he was successful in lobbying the commission to make this a priority, the Arcola Lake Library and the police station, because people in that community had a digital divide. They didn't have Wi-Fi, etc. Those poor kids were trying to go to school and didn't have access. Commissioner Rowe pushed this library and that police station, which has brought so much safety to that community. And a lot of commissioners were a little mad because he got his done first. And so we are grateful that you would honor him today and remember the good works that he did. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Knight. Last call for Ms. Sophia Amaya. Last call for Ms. Sophia Amaya. Public hearing is now closed to the attorneys. What items are being bifurcated?
Yes, we have Commissioner Bastian on 5A. Commissioner Regalado is bifurcating 5F, 5G, and 5H. And I have on 5L, Commissioner Bermudez and Commissioner Milian Orbis. 5O, Commissioner Milian Orbis and Senator Garcia, and 5U, Senator Garcia. And I also have some requests to co-sponsor 5A from Commissioners Gilbert and Hardiman.
I'll entertain a motion on the fives that were not bifurcated. Yes, Commissioner
I'd
Steinberg.
also like to add 5D for a quick, friendly amendment. Thank you.
5D is also bifurcated. A motion on the items not bifurcated. It's been moved.
So moved. Second.
It's been moved. It's been seconded. Clerk, please call the roll.
Senator Garcia,
Aye.
Commissioner Gilbert,
I vote yes.
Commissioner Gonzalez,
4.
Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Milian Orbis, Commissioner Regalado, Commissioner Steinberg, Commissioner Bastien,
Yes.
Commissioner Bermudez, Commissioner Cohen-Higgins,
4.
Vice Chairman McGee,
Yes.
Chairman Rodriguez.
I vote yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
All right, Madam Attorney, on the bifurcated items, is it 5A the first one?
Yes.
All right, so that's bifurcated by Bermudez.
And Commissioner Bastian, I think, was bifurcating 5A.
5A, Commissioner Bastian, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. As most of you know, the late Commissioner Rowan Rowe was a commissioner for District 2 for 12 long years. Like myself, he was a mental health professional and a social worker. So even before he was elected to the Miami-Dade County Commission, he's been providing lifeline, life-saving services to his community through the organizations that provided wraparound services to the residents of District 2. He served for 12 years, as I indicated, and then as a result of his legacy, the New Arcola Lake Branch Library was approved in 2008. So I'm honored to really support this legislation, and I pulled the item for very brief amendment to add the word branch to the name in order for the item to be consistent with the other libraries in the district. So please read the motion, please.
Commissioner Bastian moves to amend item 5A to insert the word branch in the proposed renaming of the Arcola Lakes Branch Library so that the new library name would be the Doran D. Rural Branch Library instead of the Doran D. Rural Library.
Thank you, and I'd like to share that the families here, you heard them. Commissioner Rowe was cherished by many members, so I hope that you support this, and thank you for those who co-sponsored.
Mr. Chair, I'll second it.
All right, it's been moved. It's been seconded by Commissioner Bermudez. Vice Chairman, you're recognized. Oh, go ahead, Bermudez.
Yeah, I just wanted to briefly say, because the families here from District 12 and the city of Dorado, I think this is a great day. Commissioner Rowe was always very respectful to me when I was the founding mayor of Doral. The governor was always very kind to what became the city of Doral, was always very caring and listening to our argument. So I'm very supportive of this item, and it's well-deserved.
Vice Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I too echo the sentiments that I've heard from my colleagues. I also would like to be listed as a co-sponsor. And thirdly, let me just simply say this to the family. Thank you for loaning to this great county the Gov. It means a lot. He stood for great things for many of us. And the idea that we now will have his name on top of the library, right? Everyone can see. It will remind each and every last one of us that knowledge and opportunity are the two tentacles that the Gov actually provided for each and every last one of us who came through this community looking for, understanding and appreciation and things of that nature. So to Commissioner Bastien, hopefully, we get that invitation to this ribbon cutting. Definitely want to be there. And just thank you so much for leading the charge on behalf of this great man and this great family.
Thank you, Vice Chair. And as I recognize, Commissioner, are you trying to speak? I just keep in mind that y'all should learn from Mr. Roll, what he used to say. Everybody, talk long, talk wrong. So, Commissioner Gilbert.
He also used to say he was going to take a skinny minute.
Skinny minute, I say that
Yeah,
sometimes.
skinny minute. This is a skinny minute. I just want to thank Commissioner Bastien for actually bringing this item, and thank the family. I knew Commissioner Rowe, the governor. I knew him. He was a good man who worked tirelessly with the community. He loved this community. He loved this county. I think this completely. This is overdue. This is fitting and it's overdue. Thank you very much for doing this. Thank you, Commissioner Bastien.
Chairman.
Senator Garcia.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Commissioner Gilbert, for reminding us about the governor. And he was an amazing. When I was in legislature, I worked a lot with him on a couple different issues, and there's no doubt that he really did care about his community, loved his people, and fought tirelessly for them every single day. So whether you agreed with him or not, the one thing that you could be certain of is that he really did love his people. And Commissioner Bastien, thank you so much for bringing this before us, and please list me as a co-sponsor as well. Thank you.
Yes, all the way around, folks.
right,
Yeah,
so do it.
please add me as well.
This case, we get close.
Co-sponsored all the way around?
All the way around.
All the way around. All right. Okay, all right. So with that, clerk, please, we have a motion, we have a second. With that, clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Gilbert? Commissioner Gonzalez?
4.
Commissioner Lopez?
Yes.
Commissioner Milian Orbis? Commissioner Regalado? Commissioner Steinberg? Commissioner Bastien?
Yes.
Commissioner Bermudez? Commissioner Cohen-Higgins?
4.
Senator Garcia? Vice Chairman McGee?
Absolutely.
Chairman Rodriguez?
I vote yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
All right. On 5F,
5D.
what is it?
5D.
Oh, 5D. Steinberg pulled that. All right, bifurcated. Go ahead, Commissioner Steinberg on 5D.
In the spirit of the skinny minute.
Skinny minute.
No, listen, I support the ordinance. I know it's a great ordinance, and it's broadly written enough, but it really is a narrow ordinance that only really impacts Key Biscayne. My question, and what I would like to proffer, is the ability for other municipalities to opt in to this ordinance should they want to via an interlocal. And being that the title is broad enough, I would ask the county attorney to let me know if that would be an opportunity for them. Again, not mandating anything, not doing anything other than if another city wants to opt in, give them the ability to do so, because a lot of them are doing their regulations right now, and this is a model for what they could be doing.
Commissioner Regalado.
Thank you. I appreciate that, but the only thing I would add, and I've been requested this, this ordinance was a lot of work, and as many of you know, we were waiting for the state to really regulate it. This was done as a placeholder as the state regulated, and unfortunately, the governor vetoed. We had over a dozen meetings in Key Biscayne to make sure that everybody understood this. And the reason for this ordinance, because many of you know I'm a big supporter of micromobility, but on February 14, 2024, we had Megan Andrews died in Key Biscayne as a result of an accident. She was 66 and she was killed by a 12-year-old on an e-bike. And then on August 15, 2025, we had Fabian he was 54, killed by a 14-year-old on an e-bike. So this is a big issue for Key Biscayne and not something that we entered into lightly. I don't want to amend this. I would tell you all to bring your own items referring to it, but to have the public meetings so that you can inform everyone on the breadth of this. The we landed on this in collaboration with Key Biscayne, and this is an extension of what's already been existing. So I don't want to just add other cities without them kind of going through the work of it.
If I may clarify. So I
You
would-
absolutely may, yes.
Thank you. It wouldn't be necessarily amending any of the work on the ordinance. It's just giving the mechanism for another city to enter into a interlocal with the county so that they can also avail themselves of the good work that's been done on this ordinance. This has nothing to do with changing the ordinance or, by the way, cities already, some of them have their own, they've adopted their own regulations to the extent that they can. And instead of bringing one for each city individually, just, maybe the attorney can explain a little further so that it doesn't touch the ordinance and the essence of it.
The only thing I would say is this is about the Rickenbacker, which is unique as a street. So the speeds and everything on the Rickenbacker are very, very different from other county-owned streets. So I would say it would be better to do something separately for other county-owned streets because the Rickenbacker is a highway. And this is about the Rickenbacker. And that's why I said it's very particular to what it was created for.
Okay, Commissioner Lopez.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. So I did pass legislation in the state that allowed for local governments to regulate micromobility devices. And that is in statute now. It was amended into the transportation bill. So any municipality that wishes to do so can. It's specific. So to Commissioner Steinberg's question, any municipality today under state statute can actually pass an ordinance. What Commissioner Regalado was saying is absolutely true. She and I both worked very hard because the village of Key Biscayne has banned micromobility devices on their roads. But the one she's referring to is the Crandon Boulevard. And so this is so specific to Key Biscayne, but Commissioner Steinberg, any of our municipalities, they want more though, and I would say Commissioner Steinberg and I share the city of Miami Beach, and they are looking to expand the state statute in this coming session. So hopefully that will be something that we can work towards, but currently any municipality in the state of Florida can regulate micromobility devices.
Yeah, if I...
Commissioner
Oh,
Steinberg.
okay, thank you. No, and I appreciate that. This was just the opportunity because it does say county roads, and while it does reference the areas in Key Biscayne, which is why I said it's broad enough in the title, but it's specific to what you were doing, and I know the work it came. I know how contentious these things can be, but now I think in light of what's been happening, the regulatory framework is here, and it's just giving them the option if they want to opt into something like this. It may not be what they want. It may go further than what they would want to do. And I would just ask the attorneys, is there a way to do this where it doesn't touch the item or keeps the essence? Because she did bring up a good point about it being so specific to the type of road, the causeway.
The only thing I would add, and listen, I'm happy to work with you on an item. I would just say if we are going to bring something like an opt-in, similar to what I did with the peacocks, I think you need to establish parameters. And I would say a certain number of public meetings, outreach, a lot of things that are not in here, because I did all those things before this, as this has been working for a long time, and this is an extension of an existing. So I'm happy to work on an item that creates a way for them to bring it in and to request that we extend their limitations to county roads. But I think there has to be a very compelling reason. So I would happy work with you on a paradigm, but
Well, in order for a city to opt in, they would have to pass some sort of resolution or formal thing at their body, which would then be a public hearing within of itself at their city. This was just, look, I just thought it was an opportunity so that we don't all have to bring items forward, and this would just be more streamlined to allow them the ability. But, it's not the end of the world. It was one of those really, opportunistic, moments where if we're doing this legislation, why not give them the ability to opt in should they want to? A lot of times we preempt cities, which I don't necessarily agree with. So this was just an opportunity to say, listen, we have this framework. You want to opt in. These are the steps in which you would have to do to actually formally opt in. You can't just say, here you go. You need to have a process in the city to do so. But that's fine.
All right, so
move it.
it's been moved. It's been seconded. Commissioner Cohen-Higgins for a question.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Is there a sister or a mirrored ordinance within our code related to micromobility devices that is not specific to Key Biscayne? Or is this the only ordinance in Miami-Dade County that specifically speaks to micromobility devices, electric bicycles, and motorized scooters?
Yes, Commissioner, this is the only ordinance currently in the code that speaks specifically to micromobility devices.
Okay, so if another, how many municipalities do we have in Miami-Dade County? 32, 34? So if any of the 32 or 34 municipalities within Miami-Dade County want to avail themselves of this ordinance that we just spoke to, we had deaths, God forbid, any other municipality suffers the way that Key Biscayne has, we are not prepared to create some sort of an agreement to help them opt into this more easily. I'm confused as to the position that's currently being taken by the board. Why wouldn't we allow our municipalities to avail themselves to an ordinance that saves lives, that had a ton of work, and that we all applaud? I do not understand that.
If I could respond to that, what I'm saying is that there was a lot of public meeting and input and work with DPW to come to this ordinance. It has very Rickenbacker specific penalties, and it doesn't speak to all the meetings and everything that came before the ordinance. So what I'm saying is I'm happy to draft an ordinance for cities to opt in, but it needs to have a lot of things that are not in this ordinance because this ordinance came after 2 years of working with Key Biscayne. So like I said, I'm happy to work with Commissioner Steinberg or whoever wants to do it to amend this ordinance in another item that gives the municipalities the ability to input, speaks to the hearings and everything so that they can opt in.
Thank you for that. To the attorneys, what would be the difficulty of the ordinance as it's written now, allowing our municipalities to avail themselves via an opt-in, or whatever the proper legal language is, the way that Commissioner Steinberg just requested?
Commissioner, that would require an amendment to Section 2A of the ordinance, to the applicability section. As it is currently written, it is narrow to the Crandon Park Boulevard. That section would need to be amended to expand the applicability.
Okay, it would need to be amended to expand the applicability countywide or simply speak to the opportunity for existing municipalities to opt in should they desire to do so. I'm not trying to expand it countywide. That wasn't the question. The question was specific to what Commissioner Steinberg requested multiple times rather clearly.
It would be amended to apply countywide with opt-in language.
So it wouldn't apply countywide unless municipalities elected to enter into some sort of interlocal agreement opting in, correct?
I understand that to be the request, that this board, or Commissioner Steinberg was requesting for an amendment to have it apply countywide, but allow the municipalities to opt in. So it wouldn't apply as a matter of right? So as a matter of law, each municipality would have to take an affirmative step to opt in after reviewing the ordinance.
Mr. Chairman.
Hold on. Do you still have the floor? Are you done?
I do still have the floor, but I'm watching Commissioner Steinberg, and it doesn't seem as though that reflects what she was trying to accomplish. I'm just trying to understand if there is a vehicle to accomplish what the commissioner specifically requested.
You okay? Are you okay?
Commissioner Steinberg.
Thank you. Well, right. I mean, my intent wasn't necessarily to have this blanket county-wide language. It was more of the ability to have municipalities opt in or districts opt in where, now that we're thinking about it with our, maybe the unincorporated areas may want to have some of this regulation as well. But ultimately, it was specific and minor to allow for an opt-in option. But if, maybe I just, at this point, I'm happy and I appreciate the line of questioning, Commissioner Cohen-Higgins. I think I'm happy to bring an item for, by the way, does anybody have a hold on this? Like, I want to make sure that if I bring something forward, that I'll be able to actually bring it forward. Because all I want to do is allow cities to opt in to this piece of legislation. That's all I'm asking. So can the attorneys maybe draft something and we pass something today?
So to the attorneys, well, go ahead and answer that question. So the same way that you were saying we can amend it to say this applies countywide with an opt-in, we can amend it by saying not applying countywide, and we would have, basically interlocals allowing for municipalities to opt in to the attorney. So my question is specific. I'm asking you whether the inverse of what you proposed is possible. Instead of saying we want this to apply countywide, we want instead to give the municipalities by interlocal or expression of interest. We represent a lot of municipalities, obviously, that may want to opt in. Is that language a possibility?
You're recognized to the attorneys.
Commissioner, I want to be clear that I understand your question before answering, so could I just kindly ask you to repeat it?
Absolutely. You proposed having the ordinance amended to apply countywide with an opt-in by the municipalities. The commissioner that made the original request shook her head and said, that's not exactly what I was requesting. Instead, what I was requesting was language simply allowing specific municipalities to opt in should they desire to do so. So it's simply taking the proposal that you gave and creating the inverse of that proposal. My question is a simple one. Is that possible?
Yes, Commissioner. Yeah.
It is possible. Okay, so then what is the downside then of including that language in this ordinance, considering the lives that it saves, the work that it's done, applauding the work? I mean, it's right. I represent Palmetto Bay, Cutler Bay. What if they want to be included? I don't understand why we would need to wait months and months and months for a separate item that essentially can be accomplished here via a simple amendment, which is what I wanted to clarify through the attorneys, whether or not that amendment was possible.
If I could just clarify, Commissioner, this ordinance only applies to county roads.
Right. We understand that.
As currently
We completely
drafted.
understand
just
that.
wanted to
I
be
don't
clear.
think that
So-
anybody is confused.
So an opt-in for municipalities wouldn't be an ordinance and for the entire road network within the municipality, only to county roads. Just wanted to be clear on that.
Thank you.
To respond to that question, my concern is notice and litigation. So as we worked through this, we dealt with a lot of individuals that did not agree with this ordinance, but we had a series of public meetings, and we worked through it to ensure that the county would not enter into litigation as a result. There is a reason that the governor vetoed it. There is a group of humans who do not want this type of limitation to micromobility. And while this gave some notice to the municipalities, it didn't give them the notice that an item speaking to a county-wide would give. Also, if you amend it this way, you're focusing, it's Rickenbacker focused. There's different county roads with different speeds and different modalities, and the ordinance speaks to the Rickenbacker and Crandon, which is a very different road than a lot of county-owned roads. And finally, we then have to deal with the issue of what we would do in terms of unincorporated Miami-Dade. So that's a whole other thing, because now if you're going to create an opt-in for cities for this prohibition on county roads, then we need a vehicle for this board in terms of our county roads. They're unincorporated is mainly all county roads. So that's why the Rickenbacker is different because of the speeds. It is a highway. So that's what I would caution you, that I think, and I'm happy to work on a comprehensive item that really covers this, but you need to cover the speeds, the size, the cost. This is very particular to the Rickenbacker, and you need to have public meetings and bake that into the process.
Hold on. Commissioner Gilbert, you're recognized.
Mr. Chairman,
And
not
Commissioner
to,
Cornigans will still have the floor if necessary, but Commissioner Gilbert.
at the risk of, agreeing with Commissioner Regalado twice, I think she's likely right on this. And I think that it actually came through the Transportation Committee. And so the reason why it passed through the Transportation Committee was because, like it did, was because of its limited nature. Now, this board can broaden it if you like, but let's be clear, we do have a committee process for a reason. This broad of an item would have been treated differently in committee, Commission Chairman. It would have been treated differently. So that there are, and listen, I think that the notice requirement is a significant thing. There are people who don't agree with this. While I do, and Commissioner Steinberg and Commissioner Cohen-Higgins, there are residents who might have chosen to be heard on this item in committee had it it was postured like this. And so I would just caution us about changing something so substantially at the board level on an item that's gone through committee, Mr. Chairman.
So, okay, Senator Garcia.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Listen, I agree with everything that's being said, but however, what the request is an opt-in provision.
That's what I was going to say.
It's an opt-in provision, opting into the rules that are being established for the municipalities. I get what that is specific to a road. I get that it went through the committee process, but at the end of the day, we are representatives of the people. We speak for the people. You have used that line before, that we are the representatives of the people. I think it's incumbent upon the municipality itself that wants to opt in to do what they need to do for their municipality. But I don't see a problem with having municipalities opt in. We're not even pushing anything on anyone. We're just getting it. We created this law. We understand there's some limitations to it, but you can use the parameters that are existing in here to apply this to your constituency. I think it doesn't hurt anyone, and I'm perfectly fine with seconding the amendment and trying to get this moving forward.
Okay, so hold on. We have Commissioner, there's an amendment, but it's not, Steinberg hasn't officially. Okay, there's an amendment, there's a second to the amendment, but there's a motion on the actual item itself, right? So, as amended, but hold on. I have Gonzalez on the queue, and then I'll go to Lopez, and anyone else that, Gonzalez. You too, Vice?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And, I do appreciate Commissioner Regalato's articulate explanation of the complexity of how this was brought forward. I think it's something that it is very much needed. However, something that the county attorney's office, something that the county attorney said really caught my attention, and that was that this was only applicable to county roads. And so, from what I understand, Commissioner Steinberg was requesting that the amendment apply if, and correct me if I'm wrong, Commissioner Steinberg, if it passes through the municipality. And so I think that if it went through a municipality, logically, and a municipality had noticed hearings, and a municipality voted to have municipal roads engage in something similar, I think that what you were trying to do is, since those municipal roads within the municipality that had those public hearings have adopted it for the municipality, perhaps they can just opt in so that the county roads are applicable as well. I think that that would solve the issue with public notice, along with the issues of speed and the discrepancies as to whether the notice had to be heard here. I don't know if you want to continue, but I think I would be supportive of an amendment.
Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So I have a quick question. So in using I have been dealing with this as a state rep for Key Biscayne, but I have a question. In the case of Key Biscayne, it banned all micromobility devices on their own streets. The only one that runs through the village is Crandon Boulevard. It is a county road. So despite whatever a municipality may or may not do with their roads, I believe the question here is about what to do with a county road that runs through a municipality, whether they do anything or they don't, right? I don't know, and this is a question to Commissioner Regalato, if her item, because I know that this item was introduced 2 years ago, it was sunset. So the question is, are the regulations or the rules governing the right-of-ways and the speed limits and all that, is that specific to Key Biscayne? Because if it is, then I don't know how you allow another municipality to opt in, because you would be asking every municipality to comply with what Key Biscayne decided. Is that true? I just need to understand.
Yeah, yes, it is specific to Key Biscayne, as are the penalty amounts and the understanding of the speed based on the roads. That's what I'm saying. If we're going to do something that is broader than this, I'm happy to help draft something, but it would have to have different categories for different types of roads that have different speeds, different sidewalks, and you would have to have different pricing for the violations. This is built specifically for Rickenbacker and Crandon.
If I may, I think I have an idea.
Yes, but give me
brought
one
this up.
second. Commissioner Cohen-Higgins, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. To the attorneys and to the sponsor of the item, Section 5 of the item that we're discussing says enforcement by municipalities. A municipality may, upon approval by the Board of County Commissioners of an interlocal agreement between the county and such municipality, enforce the provisions of this section as it relates to roads within the boundaries of said municipality. The agenda item approving such interlocal agreement shall be sponsored by a district commissioner in whose district any portion of such municipality lies. So it's already in the ordinance. We're talking about this being Rickenbacker and Key Biscayne specific, but there's Section 5, there's Section 6, enforcement, talks about municipalities, Section 6D. A municipality entering into an interlocal agreement as provided in this section may in the alternative provide for enforcement in accordance with its own procedures. And then Section 7 entirely speaks to municipal regulation. So I don't know how this is Key Biscayne and Rickenbacker specific, and I don't know how the question that the commissioner originally posed was puzzling to our attorneys. It's completely already baked into the ordinance, which is why many of us found it extremely difficult to understand how this ordinance could not have an opt-in. So much so, it's already built into the ordinance. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, if I could respond to that?
Hold on, but I want to hear from the attorney. Yes, you will at some point, but to the attorneys, is that accurate?
Commissioner, the Section 2A identifies the applicability of the code provision itself. It says that this section shall be applicable to Crandon Boulevard between the northern limits of the village of Key Biscayne. To accomplish what Commissioner Cohen-Higgins is suggesting would just require either a deletion or a modification of 2A to broaden that definition.
So to broaden.
Mr. Chair, if I can explain?
Commissioner
If I can explain.
Regalado.
And we have this issue, several times I've brought items and we've had questions about the language of the ordinance. And that's because time and time again, our county attorneys tell us that we cannot draft something that is hyper-specific to an area, that it must refer back to the entire code and then get specific in the body. I am not doing anything that everyone doesn't do in every single item. In fact, when we suspended the CRA for Naranja that we're going to visit tonight, it had language that applied to everyone and then specified that this was only for Naranja, because this is what our county attorneys tell us that we need to do so as not to create anomalies inside the code. I have to bring an item that complies with the entire code of Miami-Dade County. That's why it refers back to those pieces. I cannot create a vehicle for the acceptance of an interlocal that is different from the general rules of how an interlocal is accepted for any other modality or purpose in Miami-Dade County. So no, the item is not in conflict with itself, but it is specific to Key Biscayne, as are the penalties that were negotiated with the residents of Key Biscayne and the village. And again, I'm happy to add to this ordinance with a separate item. I would ask that it have meetings and it have discussions. I don't think that we should amend this so that a municipality just passes something and then all of a sudden there's a county road that prohibits this type of modality, because it is really far reaching, and what it will do is go in the other direction and get us preempted when it comes to these types of regulations.
All right, to the attorneys, because now I want clarification, because both are making a good argument. I mean, and it's not even an argument. One's making an argument, the other one's reading straight out of the item, which is very clear to me. So which one is it? Can it be done today per the item already, or is it specific only and exclusively to Key Biscayne and the Rickenbacker and all that good stuff, all those roads? Which one is it?
The item could be amended today if it's the will of the board.
Okay, but that doesn't answer my question.
And let me just bring it in because I brought this
Okay,
up.
why would it need to be amended if it's already in the item?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't get that part of the question, because the item as written in the applicability section, the applicability section is narrowed to Crandon Park Boulevard in Key Biscayne.
Okay, perfect. All right, so that clarifies that it is not open to everyone, even though it reads that it is, but it's tricky, and you guys figured out a
The
way.
applicability is
All right,
what.
Commissioner Steinberg, you're recognized.
Okay, so I just want to back it up. My intention of this was to honestly piggyback and give the ability, right? It was something to help, and I want to thank my colleagues because honestly, the section that you read actually was what prompted the whole initiation of wanting to have other cities opt in, because it said it there. I'm not an attorney. It read in a way that made sense. I spoke to the attorney yesterday. He said, yes, we can broaden it. I didn't think it was going to have a bigger impact in that way. I was just trying to do something to help municipalities who want to regulate on their county roads. Having said that, being that Commissioner Lopez did bring up the type of speed limit that could potentially be slightly different, I would ask my colleagues for the support to waive the rules and let me at least have the ability to work on almost an amendment to this item so that we can bring something forward that may also want to help the unincorporated areas. I don't know, but that way I'm not going to be blocked from bringing something
Why
forward.
would we need to waive the rules?
Because someone may have a hold on them.
In case there's a hold, she's saying. Okay, so let's do this. So that works for me too, and that makes everybody happy. So let's take a vote on this item first, and if there's no further discussion on it, and then I'll entertain the motion from Commissioner Steinberg on, if it exists. There may not be a hold on it, but if there is, waive the rules to. So with that,
Move it.
it's been moved by Commissioner Regalado, seconded by the Vice Chair. Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Gonzalez.
4.
Commissioner Lopez.
Yes.
Commissioner Milian Orbis. Commissioner Regalado.
Yes.
Commissioner Steinberg. Commissioner Bastien. Yes. Commissioner Bermudez.
Yes.
Commissioner Cohen-Higgins.
4.
Senator Garcia. Commissioner Gilbert.
Yes.
Vice Chairman McGee.
I thought when Mickey said for a skinny minute it was going to be a skinny minute, but the answer is yes.
Not in the words of rule.
Chairman Rodriguez.
I vote yes.
Motion passes
That
unanimously.
minute was
All right,
obese.
now Commissioner Steinberg moves in the event necessary, but moves to. Jerry?
Chairman,
She's
point of
making-
order, yeah. If she just brought an item, then if there was a hold, her bringing an item would have eliminated the hold on the.
She may have,
yeah,
somebody else might have a
legislative,
hold. There might be holds on other so, Jerry, is there,
We don't know if there's a hold, but I think all she's saying is she would like to work on an item amending this one, and so she wishes to the extent that there is, that the board waives the rules to allow her to work on that item.
Yes.
okay.
Second.
So it's been moved, it's been seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Show that being the case.
So, Mr. Chairman, we just placed Steinberg in first place now on the whole list, if there is one.
Yeah, we did. On that one item. So congrats to Steinberg. All right. So, Vice Chair, do you want to take a point of personal privilege to recognize some of your interns?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, today we have the future of America sitting here in this chambers, and I'm going to ask those young ladies and young men who's actually interning in my office to stand up and be recognized. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the future of America, so stand up. These are our interns who are working in the community, ensuring that things move. Mr. Chairman, I have the honor and privilege of actually representing these young individuals, but they represent the community, and there are a total of 21 of them working out of our office. Each year we have at least 20 interns, and so each year we try to, show the force of what the future is going to be like by way of these individuals. So thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Vice Chair. And thank you all for being here today and being interns for the Vice Chair. All right, moving on with our list. Is 5F next?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll entertain a motion on 5F. We do have it's obviously bifurcated. It's been moved by the Vice Chair, seconded by Commissioner Lopez. And then Commissioner Regalado.
Chair, just as a point of privilege, I just want to make sure that the attorneys had that vote for also 11A24. The two of them went together. I don't know if when they read it, they said that.
The attorneys.
That's why we pulled it, so that it could go together.
We did not, but, I mean, we can do it now at the chair's discretion in 11A24.
We'll take it in a second because I already have a motion and a second on 5F, and you're recognized, Regalado, on 5F as a bifurcating.
All right, we'll go to 5F and we'll come back.
We'll go right back to it, but I already have a motion and a second, so.
All right. So on 5F, I just want to mention something to the board, just to give you some numbers. We have a lot of bond items that were added to this agenda, and I want to speak a little bit later specifically about the port one. But just to give you an idea on the number, if you combine all these items, you get, in this agenda alone, we're drawing down or authorizing $1.7 billion. We have 5E, that is the transit for 35 million. We have 5F, 38 million for capital that we're discussing now. We have 5G, 35 million for general obligation. We have public facilities in 5H, 275 million. We have 5I, which is the one that I'm most interested in, 700 million. We have 5J, 480 million, and the total is 2.1 billion, but then you back out what we're paying down for debt that we've already issued. This particular one, it's a little concerning because this is the one that functions a little bit like a credit card, and I just want everyone to understand that A, we're drawing down at a time where interest rates are very high. B, we could continue doing it the way that we've been doing it with the short-term financing. We don't know what's going to happen with property taxes, and all of this impacts our debt financing. So our debt financing goes up. This is a lot of drawdown. So I just, everyone wants to be a fiscal conservative. I'm not against some of these, but it is a lot of money that we're drawing down. I looked at the programming. Some of it is good. Some of it, when we talk about the port, I disagree with, given everything that's happening there. But I think we should all be very mindful of the impact that this amount of drawdown is going to have on next year's budget, specifically on the debt financing aspect and what we're paying. We're pushing all of this out 30 years, and in many cases, we're paying over a 6%.
All right, Madam Mayor.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. I just want to say that I utilized my prerogative under the charter to put an item on the agenda today, 2B14, that actually addresses this very issue. But because it wasn't pulled by any commissioner, it's not on your discussion agendas. But I would like to take, under my authority, under the charter, just a moment to highlight for you what we've been able to do with our credit rating and our bonds here in the county since I've become mayor. So I'm extremely proud of this fact, and that's why I put together that report for you. And it underscores our strong financial position, the policy effectiveness, and our transparent governance profile. And in fact, we have saved, as of the last count, $800 million of taxpayer money because we have been able to renegotiate 13 credit rating upgrades, and we have consistently strong across multiple credits from the national rating agencies. So obviously, when they give us those ratings and when we're able to renegotiate our bonds favorably, that's because they look at our policies and they feel confident. So I just wanted to let you know that, yes, of course, we have to be very mindful of how much money we borrow. We also know that if tax reform passes, that will compromise our ability. So that is something to be mindful of looking ahead. But we have one of the strongest ratings anywhere in the country. So I think we should be very proud of that, and because it has not been an official, regular report to the board, I commend to you item 2B14. Please look at it. There's details there, and we have our bond leader, Arlessa Wood, with us here. She has won the National Bond, I want to call her council, but Council of the Year award, and went to to New York City to receive that prize last year. So we have very, very strong fiscal management in the county.
Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Mr. Chair.
Clerk, no, we're just not going to do this because I knew when the mayor spoke, everyone, like, you were going to want to respond. No, we're good. Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Lopez?
Yes.
Commissioner Milian Orbis? Commissioner Regalado?
No on this one.
Commissioner Steinberg? Commissioner Bastien? Commissioner Bermudez? Commissioner Cohen-Higgins?
4.
Senator Garcia? Commissioner Gilbert?
Yes on this one.
Commissioner Gonzalez?
G and H.
Vice Chairman McGee?
Yes, not to this one.
Chairman
Yes.
Rodriguez?
I vote yes.
Motion passes 10-1.
All right. All right, 5G and 5H. Commissioner Regalado, you bifurcated both of them. I don't know if you want to speak on them separately or if they can.
No,
G and 5H. I think it was you. So first, I'll entertain a motion on 5G and 5H. It's been moved by Commissioner Cohen-Higgins, seconded by Commissioner Bastien. Commissioner Regalado, you're recognized.
I'm fine. I mean, I think the ad valorem is the bigger issue because of the impact that it has on the debt service. I think on these, we're paying down some of it, and we're still pulling down a lot, but I looked over the list, and it's not egregious. So happy to move it.
All right, it's been moved, it's been seconded. Clerk, please call the roll on 5G and 5H.
Commissioner Milian Orbis? Commissioner Regalado?
Yes.
Commissioner Steinberg? Commissioner Bastien? Commissioner Bermudez?
Yes.
Commissioner Cohen-Higgins?
4.
Senator Garcia? Commissioner Gilbert? Commissioner Gonzalez?
4.
Commissioner Lopez?
Yes.
Vice Chairman McGee?
Yes.
Chairman Rodriguez?
I vote yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
All right, I'll entertain a motion on 5L. It's been moved by Commissioner Bastien, seconded by Commissioner Gilbert. And then I have Commissioner Bermudez and Orbis as bifurcating the item. Just to vote no? Just to vote no? Okay, clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Regalado?
Yes.
Commissioner Steinberg? Commissioner Bastien? Commissioner Bermudez?
Nope.
Commissioner Cohen-Higgins?
No.
Senator Garcia? Commissioner Gilbert? Commissioner Gonzalez?
No.
Commissioner Lopez?
Yes.
Commissioner Milian Orbis?
No.
Vice Chairman McGee?
Yes.
Chairman Rodriguez?
I vote no.
Motion passes 7-5.
All right, I'll entertain a motion on 5I.
5I.
You want to bifurcate? I mean, it was,
Yeah, no, 5I was bifurcated.
okay, 5I, I didn't have it on my list, but 5I.
Yes, it was 5I.
Okay, did you bifurcate that one, or?
Yes, I did.
Okay, we also need to go back and take that other vote, right?
Right.
All right, so let's take that other vote that goes with, which is the one, what's the item that,
11A24.
11A24.
11A24 is, so it's been moved by Commissioner Regalado, seconded by Commissioner Gilbert. Is that a roll call? No, right? That's a voice vote? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. All right, was 5I bifurcated? It was not bifurcated?
I don't show it as bifurcated, but
It already passed.
but the board can discuss. I mean, at this point.
Well,
Well, I mean,
I requested it to be bifurcated. I don't know what happened. I'm going to vote no, and I want to discuss it.
the thing is, it already passed, so we need to reconsider the whole,
Can I motion to reconsider?
well, you could change your vote with, we could discuss, and I think you could change your vote with the clerk, right?
We can move
It's,
to-
okay, so it is a public hearing item. If the board wishes to reconsider it, it would have to be renoticed. We're past the item. However,
So it already passed, so we're not doing that. So
So
can the
co-
commission, the question is, Jerry?
yes.
Can the
And
commissioner
so
change her vote with the clerk?
she can change her vote. What I would suggest, though, is because we've moved on, just, we'd have to waive the rules to allow her to change her vote and record it as a no for 5I.
Okay, so we could do that. I'm okay with that for
I-
purposes of the vote.
Right, but I also want to discuss it. So, yeah, I want to discuss it. I pulled it. I don't know what happened. I can show what I pulled. It's on my list. I even mentioned it when the
I'm
port
not
director was
doubting
on here that I was going to talk about the item. So I don't know where the disconnect is, but
I'm not doubting it. I'm not reopening public hearing because some folks may have left already. So to the attorneys,
we don't have to
do I have
reopen
to?
public hearing for me
She
to
can
speak.
still discuss it without me opening a public hearing.
Yes, yes.
So a motion, can you want to do a motion on 5A just so you could record your no vote?
Yes.
So a motion by Commissioner Regalado, seconded by Steinberg. All in favor of that signify by saying aye. All opposed, nay. Okay, so please show Commissioner Regalado as a no vote.
That's just a motion waiving the rules, not on the item itself, yes.
Correct. And now do I need the item again? Okay, so now you can discuss
Thank you.
5I.
5I. All right, so 5I, I just want to mention a few things on 5I that I find concerning. I understand that we're retiring the outstanding commercial paper. I have no issue with the 200 million for that. This is a common vehicle, and the interest rate is fine. My concern with this item, which is 700 in total, is the 380 million for a series of projects. The projects, unlike many of the other items, do not have the amounts. If you go through the item, in Exhibit A in particular, you can figure out what they are. Some of them we've heard about before. For example, the new berth in 10, and Terminal G expansion, rail and gate expansion, the gantry cranes, which we've been asking for a very long time. What is the cost of those? There is no enumeration of that. And there's more information on port infrastructure. A lot of these items, when I went and I compared it to the capital plan and to the other port items, there were numbers. And I think the reason why there's no numbers in this item is because this item also includes the fuel facility property. So in this item, we're drawing down for that purchase. We are currently in litigation for a taking on that. And I don't understand why we're drawing down without specificity, because we cannot put a number on that. I think that given the litigation and everything that's happening at the port, we should continue financing with commercial paper and wait for us to have an actual number before we draw down. Specifically, in terms of the current market conditions, right now, munis have flooded. We have 45% above the 2-decade average. And while I agree with the mayor that we have been able to save by restructuring our debt, as in the case of the transit item, I do not believe that this is the case with this item. This item is being done this way so that the county has access to funding that this board then has to approve. And I think that we should wait for this board to approve that, because we're putting the cart in front of the horse. We have a litigation, we haven't decided on a price, and now we're drawing down money just to have it there at a very high cost to the county. And the fact that the port is an enterprise fund doesn't remediate the issue that we're approving a bond that does not have numbers attached to these projects. It is very fungible, and I don't understand why we're doing this at this moment. This can wait. We can continue having commercial paper. The port leadership is currently in transition. Today, we hired a new director, so why are we doing this without waiting for that director to determine what exactly needs to be done at the port? I think part of the problem here is that we continue running Port Miami as if there's no problems, even though there's a million problems. The last issue that I want to point out here is included in this laundry list of issues, of projects that we're going to fund, is the connection to, the connection that we did at the port, the shore power. And what I want some information from our attorneys regarding shore power. I don't understand why we're still talking about shore power. Brian Avila passed an item that I think dramatically changes shore power. We now have to look at everything that has to do with green energy. Shore power was way more expensive than what we were originally told. We have not been given all the numbers on shore power, and now we're drawing down money to extend a program that I think we're going to be prohibited from doing at the port because of its high cost. Shore power has ended up being more expensive to the cruise lines than the other alternatives, and I don't think that we should draw down for shore power. We need actual numbers on what shore power has cost, what the extension to shore power was. If this was electric buses, everyone would be hair on fire. Shore power is no different. So we can't keep making the same mistake. The only thing I ask the administration is to make different mistakes. In this particular one, we know that shore power is problematic, so why is it on here? And if the attorneys could speak a little bit as to shore power and if we've made a determination as to its applicability, given the state law that recently asks us to scrutinize these projects in terms of their return on investment.
Thank you. All right. 550.
He has to respond. We're waiting for the response over there.
Who's responding to what? What was the question?
Yeah. County Attorney
Is there a response to?
on shore power.
You could respond and then we, yeah.
As to the net zero legislation, is that what
Yes.
you're referring to? The net zero legislation is actions of the county government or state governments are problematic if it's solely in advance of a net zero policy. If there are other reasons or other considerations, even environmental reasons, that does not make the actions or the policies illegal.
But what about the requirement for the return on investment in terms of the cost? There needs to be an analysis in terms of the cost.
We'll get back to you on that.
Thank you.
All right. So now 50. I'll entertain a motion on 50. Is that the next one? All right. It's been moved by Commissioner Cohen-Higgins, seconded by Gilbert, and then I have Orbis and Garcia as bifurcating commissioners. Is it?
Yes, it's in my district.
Okay,
I
Commissioner.
did want to state something on the record.
Go ahead, Commissioner.
So I had deferred this item twice, and I understand it's quasi-judicial, but it's because it's done through administrative, it's an administrative item, as I understand. And I just wanted to ensure that the residents that live adjacent to this property or this parcel were aware of what was coming to their neighborhood and that they had an opportunity to express any concerns. I understand that administration has reached out and notified them because it's very important for me for the constituents to know when a change like this is coming to their neighborhood. So with that, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair. I have no further comments on this.
Thank you, Commissioner. And Commissioner Garcia? No? Okay. All right. Clerk, please. Yeah, are you supportive, Commissioner Orbis?
I'm not really, but there's, from what I understand, it's quasi-judicial, so we can't. Can we discuss it here? Yeah.
Yes,
I'm
Commissioner.
okay with it.
Okay.
I'll be a no. That's okay.
She's going to be a no. All right. Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Steinberg,
It's been moved and seconded, yes.
That's it.
Steinberg's a no.
Commissioner Bastien? Yes. Commissioner Bermudez? Commissioner Cohen-Higgins?
No.
Senator Garcia? Commissioner Gilbert? Commissioner Gonzalez?
No.
Commissioner Lopez?
No.
Commissioner Milian Orbis? Commissioner Regalado?
Yes.
Vice Chairman McGee?
He's not here.
Chairman Rodriguez?
I vote no.
Motion fails 4-7.
Okay. 5U. I'll entertain a motion on 5U. It's been moved by Commissioner Gonzalez, seconded by Commissioner Gilbert. And Senator Garcia, you are, okay. Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Bastien? Yes. Commissioner Bermudez? Commissioner Cohen-Higgins?
4.
Senator Garcia? Commissioner Gilbert? Commissioner Gonzalez?
4.
Commissioner Lopez?
Yes.
Commissioner Milian Orbis? Commissioner Regalado?
Yes.
Commissioner Steinberg, Vice Chairman McGee,
Yes.
Chairman Rodriguez.
Oh, yes.
Motion passes 11-1.
All right, Mr. Madam Attorney, is that it for the public hearing items?
Yes.
All right, so I'm gonna, before we get into second reading items, I'm gonna pull some out of order from the pull list. I'm gonna pull up, as I understand some folks are here for this and may have to go. I'm gonna pull 11A14, 11A15, 11A16, 11A17, and 11A20, which are the charter review ballots. And I have some pooling commissioners, so I'm gonna go ahead and take them up, I guess, one by one. Well, let's see how I try this. So Commissioner from District 4, you're one of the pooling commissioners.
Okay. As it relates to 11A14, I want it to be a recorded no.
Okay. So I'll take a vote on each one. And D7, Commissioner from District 7, you're recognized on 11A14. Regalado?
Flipping through, flipping through.
Just making sure you got me.
Flipping through. By the way, I have an airport item. I know that they're waiting here, so I hope we can take it up soon. There's still a pending airport item.
We're gonna get to all of them. I'm gonna even try to get to Kelly Tractor, I promise.
All right. So this was 14,
Could just do it by the state statute.
11/8/14.
11A14, yes. It's a charter review ballot recommendations from the task force.
They were added late, so it's not on this one.
The length of district residency to run for county commission.
This 11A15, I'll go back to 11A14 in just a second. 11A15, Commissioner, Vice Chairman, you're the one pooling commissioner on 11A15. You're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just wanted to hear from the administration and/or the sponsor of the item, what is it that this item seeks to do?
You're recognized. The administration and/or the attorneys are recognized to respond on 11A15 what this item seeks to do. No? Go ahead.
Mr. Vice Chair,
Michael.
this was one of the recommendations from the Charter Review Task Force. Currently, the charter provides that a district commissioner or an individual who wants to run for a district commission seat has to reside within the district for at least 6 months prior to the election. This would increase that requirement so that an individual would have to reside within the district for at least a year before being eligible to run for office.
Yep, Vice Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you to the county attorney for that answer. My follow-up question is it the same in Broward County and Palm Beach? Do they have 6 months or do they have a year? And how are we looking to the south of us in Monroe County?
Vice Chair, I do not have the answer to that question. I would have to do some research, and I can do that now while the commission deliberates.
My next question is also to, will there be a financial impact to the county as it relates to this particular item?
I'll leave that to the administration to answer.
Is this on the one I'm talking about?
I pulled them up. I just.
Then I don't need.
It seems like they're nodding their heads. Do you guys want to actually acknowledge and say no?
Through the chair, the chair of the Charter Reform Commission is here, Dennis Kerbel, and I know there was substantial discussion about all of this. I don't know if you would like to hear from him.
Mr. Kerbel, come on up. You're up. We always love to have you in our chamber. You're recognized to answer the Vice Chair's question. Shall this question specific, shall this charter review recommendation have a fiscal impact on the county?
In terms of, I'm sorry, this was about the qualifying period?
This is a qualifying period.
Yes. We did not specifically discuss that at the Charter Review Task Force, but I don't believe it would. There's no additional money that would be required to be spent to determine whether someone made the year or the 6 months before.
You're still an attorney, man. No matter what, you can't take the lawyer out of you.
But by the way, for the record, Dennis Kerbel here as the chair of the Charter Review Task Force. And if I could just take a second to thank, of course, the mayor and all of you for your support throughout the process, and to the sponsor, Commissioner Cohen-Higgins. Anyway, happy to help.
And thank you, Mr. Chairman. And for the record, we love you, Dennis.
Thank you.
We will always love you, man. You, he's one of us. So Dennis, the next question is, do we know what's happening to the north of us, to the south of us, and to the west? Like, are the other counties doing this exact same thing? Are they, is it 6 months? Is it a year? Where are we?
During our deliberations on this, I don't think actually we had information specifically looking to other counties to see what they were doing. This was just an item that was brought from by one of the task force members, and we briefly discussed that the concept of it being good to be in the district for longer. But it was this. There were other items that had comparison where staff had done research. This was not one.
I'm just asking a question because it's going from 6 months to a year. Something or somebody had to trigger the thought, right? Like and I'm sure it's a state law or something there, but I'm just trying to figure out why now. And I understand you want to get it on the ballot in time, but specifically, why this? Like, what happened? Did something trigger this?
There wasn't a specific event, as I recall, that triggered the discussion. It was a discussion from one of the members. I believe it was Mayor Losner. I think that would be recorded in the minutes, but I don't have it memorized. That was just since we were looking at the charter and making changes and looking at qualifying and other municipal election and other electoral issues. That was one of the ideas that was brought up.
Thank you.
All right. Commissioner Regalado, you recognize.
Yeah, so on 11A14, I know that there were.
We're on 11A15, sorry.
11A,
I had
11A
moved on. Yeah.
I'm-
You're not a,
No, I'm
you're not
pulling-
appointed commissioner.
yeah,
Okay.
let's come back to
So, all right, with that, I have a motion by Commissioner Cohen-Higgins on 11A15. I have a second by Commissioner Lopez. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay.
No.
Show item 11A15 passed with one no vote. All right, now back on 11A14.